Peace, kings, peace, queens. Good to see everybody. Hope everyone is doing well today. It's your boy Tiz, one third of the Podnas. And I thought we'd do something a little bit different today. So, all my people that are watching this for the first time or watching this on replay for the first time, if you anything we do today resonates with you or you like the content, feel free to subscribe so you can get all of our future content. Also, and that helps us out a whole lot with the algorithms on here on YouTube. And share the video if you think somebody else would enjoy it as well. And again, subscribe. Make sure that you comment, give your opinions, join the conversation with us. That is the purpose of why we started our podcast, is to have people join our weekly conversation. So please make sure you comment if you're watching this on replay. And if you are watching this live, feel free to join the panel. The link is pinned to the comments. Or you can always let your voice be heard in the chat. So if you got questions on format or why we did something or a topic we said something on, or you got an opinion on something we're speaking on, feel free to, kind of give your thoughts and opinions. That's what this is for. It's kind of a way for you all to live the podcast experience that we live every week as the partners. And you get to kind of do it with us and be there real time as we listen to this. So, sit back, relax. We got a few more minutes before the video actually drops, before the audio actually drops, I should say. So while we waiting, sit back, relax, and enjoy some of these other videos from some of our other lives. So you get an example of what we do on our weekly live show. You didn't ask us, but right. What you said?
They ain't said chicken was good.
Yeah, chicken is good. Chicken is damn good, ain't it, y'all?
Not all of it.
Now, you know what? That's one stereotype that I ain't really that mad at. Like, chicken is good as hell. I don't know if anybody else has ever realized how good chicken is, but it is good. I'm just saying.
I don't know about the rest of you chicken consuming humans that's constantly eating chicken every single day. But
y'all other folk, but as for me and my house,
I mean, just in case.
I'm just saying, chicken pretty goddamn good, man.
Chicken good. Like chicken is good.
Chicken is good, ain't it? That boy good. That boy good.
That boy is good.
Mm-hmm. That chicken good. I got this off of Twitter, 6 brown chicks. So I want
oh, bro.
Yeah, you already know. We're gonna give our opinion on it, and we're gonna get let the audience, give their opinion, and we're gonna hopefully help somebody in the process. So we're gonna give somebody some wisdom that they are so desperately seeking. So let's do that. All right, here we go. Woman I met online doesn't appear to be into me or anything I'm about. I'm handsome, got a job, etc. We've had sex a few times, but she never wants to cuddle or relax afterwards. Her, my soul is already dead. I'm just waiting for my body to catch up.
Say what?
What to do? As our resident person that's expert on all things occult and shit, Pat, what should she do? What should he do?
What's happening? Get her some therapy. Yeah, okay. get her some therapy immediately and put her on suicide watch.
Yeah, I ain't never heard no shit like this. My soul is already dead, and I'm waiting for my body to catch up.
I told you that bitch crazy.
That means she's done some shit in her life.
Be a new one, shit.
Okay.
There's more women in the world than men. Piece her ass out.
All right, I'm gonna be the one to ask it. I know somebody else on the replay gang or somebody gonna want to ask this, right? How was the sex?
That's why well, I don't know.
Like, what is sex with a soulless person like? Isn't that like a zombie or something like that?
Fuck me! Fuck me! Fuck me!
Empty husky.
She waiting for the body to catch her.
So right. So the body's alive, but the soul is not there. So like, what is that like?
She's quiet. So she's like,
oh,
like
that
sex dog.
That necrophilia.
like a real sex doll.
Yeah, dead.
Yeah, that necrophilia when you want to set something in alive and shit. That weirdo. I'm not that weird. I'm sorry if it's somebody out there that's into that. My bad. That's my fault.
I
That's
think
my
that's
fault.
illegal.
You you
That's
you
their
you
fault.
you do whatever you man. But you know, man, it'd be a group or something that be done popped up. Hey man, don't be talking about it. Hey, look, man, if you do what you do, but I'm gonna say this.
You keep that necromancer stuff away from me. You know what I'm
Wife,
saying?
if you ain't never got no soul, then just go ahead and let me know, and we gonna have to go take you to a voodoo witch doctor or something, get you a soul. Cause that ain't that I don't want that. I don't want no soulless
Then
nigga.
he said, keep that
I
$40.
don't want no soulless cool new. Keep that $40. Yo, that's that Corey Holcomb price, ain't it? $40.
That's for the whole date.
Oh, no, that's the single life price, man. They be saying that.
That's
There's
a
like
single
memes
life
and
price, the $40.
yeah, it's a memes and everything about
Why
that.
do females always need $40? What costs $40? We need answers. Hey, since they selling fake pussies for $2,500, why your bitches are selling real pussy for $40? When a bitch asks you for $400 instead of $40, oh, you need help. When she asks $40.
Oh shit. Well, all right then. Well, yeah, hey man, single folks, y'all roll with that. Keep the $40 later.
I always keep my
Uh,
$40 right in my
so
pocket.
yeah,
Getting cheap.
what I'm gonna say is this, man. Go to they got people that deal in spirituality,
Call me now for your free tarot reading.
and I would take her to that too. So get her some therapy for sure. I think that was definitely an excellent first answer, like on some real deal. Give her some real deal advice shit.
Man,
But on some just
fuck
just
that shit. Leave her ass
just
alone.
fuck around, man. Go to a witch doctor or something, man, to get a new soul put in. I'm sure you can install them shits like SIM cards and cell phones. Just switch that shit out. Update the new contacts, and you good to go, man. Shit.
And
But
she
yeah,
get
man,
Wi-Fi.
I've never heard of no shit like this, man. I just had to just see it. $40 and chicken wings. That's what people going for out here these days.
Man, it's hard in these streets.
If she call your phone and say, "Can you hear me?" Hang up. She ask you $40. Chicks will ask a dude for $40 and say, "Secure the bag." Back secure. When you unsnap her bra, you find a $40 fine. Oh shit! Y'all remember when DMX asked what they want from a? It was $40. If you go over to her house and she's remote as missing, she's gonna ask you $40. Oh man, that's dirty. When she's pretending, oh man. Why Jesus saw that? Why Jesus saw that?
I see, bro. But at least they get a meal. At least they get a meal. God
Yeah,
bless.
you gotta have a meal.
Get a meal and enough to put on the Cash App card so you can get you an Uber.
They ain't said it was
You
good.
know how they love Cash App.
Right. What you said, Fat?
They ain't said chicken was good.
Yeah, chicken is good. I'm effing muted. All right, so this week, welcome. We dropped the podcast on all of our podcast streaming platforms, and as you know, always our audio and video for our podcast usually drops on YouTube. But today, I thought we'd do something a little different as the audio dropped on YouTube. And something I do every week is after I've edited and we drop the pod, I always listen back to it, and it's always interesting to just go back and think back through the topics, live back through those conversations, the silly moments, the serious moments, whatever. And one of the things that I saw on one of our very first reviews on, I believe it was Apple Podcast, one of the viewers said that, or listeners said that one thing about our podcast, is they feel like they're a part of the conversation and they find themselves, talking along with the conversation. But we never get to hear those responses that you all have. We never get to have those conversations in real time and basically record the podcast with everybody. So what we decided to do this week, or what I decided to do, I should say, is just as I'm listening to the podcast this week for the first time back, I figured I'd listen to it with whoever is about to listen to it right now. That way, if you have thoughts on the topics we're talking about, I can stop it. You can give your opinions. You can join me on the panel and kind of pick my brain on why I may have said something, or or give your take on one of the topics, or if something's going on that we're laughing at, you get to have that experience with us or with me as this happened in real time. So this is kind of like a listening session that people do for music, but except we're going to do it for the podcast. So if y'all are ready, and without further ado, what's good, last call? Peace, King. Always a blessing to have the family in the house. Always good to see you guys. So, man, let's rock out, man. And I actually remember to share this time, so I'm not watching or listening by myself. So,
welcome to the
let's enjoy, man.
Face, Pat, and
If something comes up and you want to
guys?
join the panel, hop
Welcome to
on,
the
or if
Podnas.
you want to ask a question or say something, just tell me to pause and I'll share. Or if I have some insight on what we talking about at that moment,
As always,
I'll pause and give that as well.
It's Tiz, and I am along with
The other third of the partners enjoying his baggie of French toast crunch. You're everybody's favorite mutant ninja, the Padawan, here, along with Dramatic Pause.
Oh, this week is distinguished face.
So that what he just said, dramatic pause in the background. That's like a running joke. So we got a few running jokes about our intros. A little behind the scene knowledge that oh yeah, what's good? What's good, last call? Hit me with it. What's good, my brother? Last call said one quick thing. What is good, my guy? Ask it, say it, whatever the case may be. I don't know how slow the chat is either. Okay, there we go. I see you got a mic, but the volume levels for all three don't always match up. Got you. Indeed. Very good analysis. So basically, this is what's going on. As you know, we are not funded by anything or anyone. We have no current Patreon or Buy Me a Coffee members or anything like that. We don't really have people that donate cash apps because we more about the build than anything else. So we on a budget. And basically so Face, whenever we're recording the pod, Face lives in a very, very country, rural, wooded area. Because of that, there's no internet providers out there. There's only cell providers. So he's able to use his phones and stuff as hotspots, but he's not able to use all of his equipment because it drains so much processing power from the computer or his phone. It ends up making it so that he can't even connect. So usually he's using his phone as like a call in. So his level is one thing. I have an actual mic, kind of studio, more of a studio setup, I guess you call it. So I sound one way, and then Pat, he's going off of like an iPad or a computer, but his mic is a little different than mine. He doesn't have like a professional podcast mic. It's more of a webcam type mic, so that picks up acoustics different. And then when I'm leveling, I'm using Audacity, but I'm using the free version. And if you use the free version of Audacity, you don't really have many plugins. So I'm not really able to get rid of certain background noises or distortions as well as I would with a paid whatever. And right now, all of our little funds go toward actually hosting our website and actually launching the pod and having it on a server that would release us to everybody. So yeah, man, because of that, it leads to us all having 3 very unique acoustic sounds, and that's kind of what makes us unique, though. Like we've kind of learned to embrace it. It's kind of like we like the little engine that could out here when it comes to podcasts. And I think it's gonna be dope, looking back at year 1 and listening back to year 1 and seeing all of the non-sensory we had to deal with as far as tech issues, and then seeing where we're gonna end up. I think that's gonna be the dope part, and y'all get to be along for that very rocky and up and down ride. But yeah, that pretty much explained it. Yeah, it's definitely, like, trust me, anything you see that looks crazy or hear that looks crazy, we know it. It's just whatever we're using. This is the best we could do at the moment, and we kind of, getting better as we go. When we first started, even with these live streams, we weren't even able to use StreamYard. We were using straight from Zoom. So we weren't even able to do this like where I could highlight y'all, and actually really engage with everybody. It was kind of still like us recording the podcast, and we had to have somebody have their phone or something up and catch the chat. So we're getting there. It's slow and steady, but I would say since November, what was it, 25th, I think it might have been, which was like our first, November 15th or 25th, one of them, was like our first ever recording date of anything. From that date to now, we getting there. It's slow and steady wins the race, you know what I mean? But yeah, it is hilarious. And trust me, some of our funniest moments or our personal favorite moments come from the fuckery that comes from like either our internet connection or sound and video doing wonky shit in the middle of stuff. So yeah. But good point. We definitely know. We trying to get there, bro.
Lord willing. Doing, gents?
Lord willing.
He got that mustache.
Oh shit. That forgot my whole damn point. But yeah, so the little running jokes we got. Oh, so the dramatic pause thing is usually there's a bit of a delay because of when Face is calling in compared to being plugged straight in via like the app or the his computer. When he plugs into the Zoom for us to record, that's what we record the podcast on. We record on Zoom. So there's like a delay. So usually after I say my intro and then Pat says his, there's like a second for Face to actually hear it and respond. So it's always a pause there. And that's just one of our little running jokes about the intro. Also, a lot of times you'll hear us coming in during the intro and we're kind of laughing already. So there's a whole behind the scenes thing that goes on for about 30 minutes, 20, anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour before we actually click record and start recording the pod. So it's like a bunch of wild shit that we be just doing. But usually for at least a good 5 to 10 minutes, we're about to do the intro. Like I'll start it and then I'll start laughing or something stupid will happen. And yeah, so but yeah, that's another little thing. So it's a lot of little running jokes. If you one day we're gonna release maybe one of our unedited vids, so y'all can see what the Patreon people will get to see. Where you get to see like just all of that shit that's going on before we actually start the podcast every week. But yeah, just a little tidbit behind the scenes.
Oh man. Dastardly. Face dastardly.
Foiled again.
Fired.
On the anniversary. Joe. Duly noted. I think we shall. And we'll do another one of these pull-ups where we'll have all 3 of us on and y'all can like geek out with us as we watch the shit. I'm gonna maybe do a poll or something. Hey, y'all pick the episode that we actually do the behind the scenes from.
And Chase.
Oh shit! What's happening, Greg? What's happening?
Oh man,
what's good, man? Welcome to this week's episode. Walk hard, pause. Y'all gonna get to understand why it's called Walk Hard. Trust me, it's yeah. We were wilding on this episode.
Yeah, that's the shit.
We were doing good. We were doing good. We were having a nice professional podcast.
Man, what's good, y'all?
And it went left near the end.
We
so
here, man.
yeah.
What episode is this? Episode 34. Damn, we get
afternoon, G.
Knocking them down.
We can go to every club. we
Hopefully
partying
facing
everywhere. We
Pat
got-
gonna
we
join us a
working
little
on
later if they get a
401ks.
second, but I
We
know
got
they working,
careers.
so we'll see. But
we 34. We 34 episodes old, man. We getting it. That's pretty epic. Shout out to all of
I
you.
like progress.
Yes, man, that have been following us for all 34 episodes, man. Thank you for sticking with us.
yes,
It's been a
this shit
process,
been
man.
some
Week
shit,
to
boy.
week,
There's
man.
been
You
some
know,
shit, man.
we be pulling it.
Man, if y'all knew the weekly struggle it is to just make the podcast, not the videos, clips, and not the shorts or anything else we drop, just the podcast. Bruh, life shit be going down behind the scenes, you know what I mean? And because we not like a professional group or like, you know, comedians doing this or anybody that got like a machine to help, we when life shit happen, we be really close to just being like, man, F this sometimes. But we here, man. There's something we dreamed up, you know what I mean, and didn't think could be true. So we at 34 episodes now, and really it's due to y'all, man. And appreciate it, man. Peace. What's good, Identity? How you, brother? What's good, King? How's everything? How's everything? We just sitting here listening to this week's episode together, you know what I mean? Shooting the breeze, enjoying the time, you know, answering questions, giving behind the scenes little tidbits, you know, that type of vibe. You feels me?
Together.
Welcome, no,
But
bro.
we here again, guys. And let's get right off into it, man, because I need this tonight.
This is my favorite segment now. This is only the second week we've done it, but this is my favorite fucking segment. Like I genuinely
stories
get joy from this every week, man.
Black people doing cool.
This is the coolest shit I ever started.
So, first things first, tenure was
and it's probably going to be the least viewed shit we do. But this is my favorite shit. Just mark my words that I said that on this live today.
The Board of Trustees
at
the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill on Wednesday approved tenure for Pulitzer Prize winning journalist Nicole Hannah
Queen.
Jones.
Let's
the vote
go.
Wednesday after a closed session comes after controversy about why Hannah Jones, a renowned journalist and winner of a MacArthur Fellowship known as a Genius Grant, was not offered tenure in her appointment at the Huntsman School of Journalism. Hannah Jones won the Pulitzer
Can't
last
keep a good
year
queen
for her
down,
work
man.
on the New York Times Magazine 1619 project, which examines the consequences of slavery in the United States.
Oh,
that
that's dope,
has
man.
been assailed by some conservative
That's dope
critics,
as hell, bro.
and she has faced staunch criticism.
Hold up, sorry, Queen Nicole. But that's dope, bro. Shit, man. The hardest thing about it, man, is actually clicking the button, man, to go live, man. Once you started, man, just flow with it. The biggest thing is if technical difficulties happen, roll with it. You know, you already kind of used to the hosting part, you know, from hosting with Binary and Star. So you gonna be fine, bro. Just rock out, enjoy yourself, man. You know what I mean? And like I said, man, when stuff goes super left, embrace it and make it part of the conversation. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, get ride with it, champ. Trust me, we done had some lives that have shut down. Literally, we get through the intro and click on the first video or the first thing we supposed to be talking about, and nothing happens, and all of our docket is shot to shit, and we just freestyle and go whatever, or we just shut it down. You know what I mean? Hey, always another day. But you gonna be straight, bro. Salute. Good luck on that, John, man. And people, if y'all ain't busy today, man, check out Identity with Hell's page and go support his first live, man. Get a man some love, man. Cause trust me, man, I am literally nervous and shaking in my boots every time I click on StreamYard to join the panel or to do this for our show. So I know what that the shit that it takes behind the scenes. So man, get that man some love, go support him, go subscribe, go check him out, and you know, let's rally around people that's content creators and that's trying something, man. We gotta love each other and support people so they can live out their dreams out this piece. You feel me? But yeah, man, let's get back into this goodness. Like I was saying, man, this is my favorite segment. We're gonna make it a weekly thing. But it's just cool shit that Black people are doing around the country, around the world, and yeah, man, if y'all got cool news stories from y'all local areas, you know what I'm saying, that needs to be promoted or highlight something that cool black people are doing out here, man, shoot it to us, email it to us at thepodnaspodcast@gmail.com. But yeah, man, we definitely I love this. This is something that really makes my heart feel good because I feel like they be suppressing a lot of the stories. Like it's really hard to like dig up the stories from just this week because they have them like on so you got to go to so many different websites and you go to the mainstream news sites. A lot of them don't talk about our shit. The sites that are owned by us, a lot of them are like kind of slow to put up new stuff, so it'll be a little dated. So yeah, that's just neither here nor there. That's just some shit that I wanted to put in there. Yeah, you did.
2019. That comes to us from NBC News. So shout out to Queen Nicole Hannah Jones, Pulitzer Prize winning Nicole Hannah Jones.
Big facts.
Getting tenure. Go Tar Heels. Only for basketball.
Peace, Queen. Peace, Queen.
Indeed.
Salute
Peace,
to the
Queen.
female
and only for
soldiers.
basketball.
Indeed.
Salute to the
Love
female
UNC
soldiers.
basketball.
She's right
That's
there in the
about
front
it.
line with that critical race theory.
Right on.
Oh,
right
and no
on.
problem,
Yeah.
identity,
So
man.
that's big money right there.
Trust me, I get it, bro. That
another
first time
queen.
is some shit, but
Shit.
it's gonna be
The
good.
military
you gonna kill
base
that shit, man.
welcomes its first ever Black-owned natural hair care vending machine. I didn't even know that this was a thing.
I did not.
But it is. So Cindy Taiwa, CEO and founder of
I know I
Diva
butchered that
by
lady
Cindy, has
name.
expanded
I'm
her
sure that
natural
what
hair
was on the
vending machine
paper was
brand
not what was actually
to
what I
the
read.
heights of the
We're gonna
armed
pray
forces.
on that. Miss
Yes,
Cindy, I'm
the
sorry.
opportunity has come
Sorry,
a reality
Queen.
at
I
Fort
tore your name all
Belvoir
up.
in Fairfax County, Virginia. This is the first military. Indeed.
VA.
That's why I picked this one. This is the first military base to
team.
receive the machine, which is operated by Yolanda Brown, a military veteran who has been a franchise owner for about 2 years now. Diva by Cindy offers franchise opportunities and is hoping that other women and minorities take advantage of this opportunity in the business of the beauty industry. In 2017, Diva by Cindy hair care products, a natural and alcohol-free brand with extreme detangling abilities, opened the first natural hair care kiosk in Baltimore, Washington International
Never
Airport.
heard of this stuff in my life.
In 2019, they revolutionized
This is
the
what we
industry
find
by
out.
launching BWI Airport's first natural hair care automated vending machine, affirming their place in the modernization of the beauty industry. That comes to us from blacknews.com. The first.
So to my people out there with natural hair, like myself, yeah, man, y'all gonna try this vending machine out? Get you some moisturizer or some conditioners and stuff. I know definitely next time I'm in Virginia, if I'm in the Fairfax area, I'm gonna have to find a way to get on the base and get me a peek at this because I didn't know that we had these things. I see them weird vending machines in the airport, but for them to be just starting to be available commercially, I think that's dope. I'd love to pull up at work and see a vending machine, with some skincare products or something. You come in there, you don't forget to get your hands real good before you get out the house and your knuckles a little ashy. You know what I mean? You can hit the vending machine, throw a little 50-cent dollar in there, get you a little travel size bottle of some hand moisturizer, some hand cream, get your shit on. You ain't got to be ashy out here in these streets. Get your hair so you can get your luster back. You feel me? But yeah, so shout out to these people, man. Black people are some innovative motherfuckers, man. Like I've never seen no shit like this, but salute to us and peace to Queen.
Story came from NBC
Amen.
News.
Amen.
Now that's dope. I didn't know they had hair care for like where you could just holler at a player on the strength of let me get up on this action here. Let me just as I'm walking by one day, as I feel like let me just get up on this. That's pretty
right
dope to me.
On the go, child.
Did y'all know this
man,
was
I
a thing?
forgot my. Man, let me hit these elbows
I
right
didn't
fast.
know, but
No, I did not.
I'm
I
out here in these
admire
streets with
when
the shorts
somebody
on because
puts
it's
something
summer.
off in the universe
Hit my
that
knees
wasn't
real
there
quick so
before.
I ain't looking like I've been
Indeed.
me and powdered donuts.
Indeed.
Can't be out here
Big
looking
facts.
rusty, man.
As a creator, that's one of those things you always want to do. So
Indeed.
yeah.
Indeed.
Innovative
so,
shit going down. out
Third
here, man.
story. Siblings in Atlanta surprise mom by paying off her mortgage. June
Mama,
Hassan,
Mama,
a
I'm gonna
mother
do
from
this.
Atlanta, Georgia,
I'm
said
gonna
she
get.
was
I'm gonna get
pleasantly
this for you.
surprised when
Trust
her
me. I'm gonna
children
do this,
decided
Mama.
to help pay
I
off
got
her
you.
house. It started out as a joke. June
I
had
got
always
you.
made fun of letting. Hold on. June is all. Oh shit. June is always
Yeah,
made fun of.
yo.
There you go
So
again.
this the second episode in a row. These white flaky knee shavings. Yes, gotta take care of those. But this is the second week in a row. That in the middle of reading something, my tongue decided to just quit and decide it didn't want to be a part of the show anymore and walk the fuck off. So content creators out there, try to memorize your shit. I find that it only happens to me when I'm reading it. Like I can get through words pretty effectively when I'm just, talking, but when it comes to actually reading, like for some reason my brain is 30 lines ahead of what I'm actually reading, and it be, killing it. So yeah, if you catch last week's episode, you will see the same thing. Pray for me and just using words. You know what I mean? Because it's been a struggle the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, we got another one, y'all. June had always made fun of telling her son and daughters to pay off her house someday. But her children and grandchildren took it seriously.
But mama, once I conquer these words, man, I'm gonna get
inside the birthday card they gave
your
her
house out
was
and
a
get your
check
house
for the remainder of
Believe
her
that.
mortgage. We were just as surprised as she was that we were able to do it. Tony June's son, who was a lawyer, told 11 Alive. A part of me thought it was possible. It meant as much to me as it did to her. Tony said he had always thought of giving this gift to his mother since he was 14 years old. So for the last 2 years, he teamed up with his two sisters, Sherry and Jessica, to start saving up to finally make it happen. The siblings say that one of their sisters died last October, and it was obviously very devastating for their mom.
Nothing beats family.
After that, we said we have to just do this for her. Tony said,
family first.
You never know how
always.
much time you have with someone. June says that she feels blessed to be able to proudly celebrate the moment with both her children.
And that ain't always just, your biological family. Sometimes that's your extended and your friends and your
black kids, ain't worth shit. They ain't doing nothing for
people
their
you done picked up a long way, your play cousins and whatnot.
Look at what's really happening in the community. This is the shit that people don't be
fam
highlighting.
first always. It's real.
This is happening for real. People buying their fucking parents' cribs and shit. That's fucking dope.
Kicking my beard on.
I love it.
Oh yeah, man. But
I fucking love it. This shit made me
Big
happy.
facts.
Like I don't know if nobody else care outside of our podcast, but I really enjoy looking up these stories every week now. Like this made me happy to see. Like
yes, it did.
Yeah.
It did.
Talking about black people.
And y'all don't know the week we boys we got a head behind the scene, man. This been a fucking month, man. Let me tell y'all, man.
Shout out to Tony.
Yeah.
Please don't let nobody else pass away.
Good man.
And anytime this year, man, y'all might witness a meltdown on camera. I'm trying to tell y'all.
And this ain't Tony that did this.
Keep pumping the positive shit,
we
man.
was talking about
like
it
I said, if y'all got positive news
podcast,
stories we can highlight, man, shoot them to us. We love to do so. Positive videos, shoot them to us. We love to do so.
Reparations.
And as always, the silly
California has
shit.
launched
We
a
like those two.
slave reparations task force. A first in the country task force.
We about to get our money,
study and
y'all.
recommend
It's coming.
reparations
It's
for
taking a long
African-Americans
time,
is
but
conducting this inaugural meeting.
we might get broke off.
A 2-year process to address the harms of slavery and systematic racism. Tuesday's meeting of the first state reparations committee of the U.S. came as President Joe Biden commemorated the lives of hundreds of black people killed by a white mob in what was then a thriving African-American community.
Hey, shoot it to me, G.
Oklahoma.
Shoot it to us, man. The Podnas podcast.
It also comes just over a year after George Floyd, a black man, was murdered by a white police officer in Minnesota. A federal slavery reparations bill passed out.
Or if it gives you a struggle, shoot it to us there. DM us on any
but it faces
any of the Instagram, Facebook, or
HR
Twitter.
40 was first introduced in Congress in 1989 and refers to the failed government effort to provide 40 acres or 16 hectares of land to newly freed slaves.
I don't even need 40
as
acres.
the Civil War wound down. That comes to us from the independent.co.uk.
Give me 14.
So yeah, man. We was talking about oh man.
I built 3 houses on that shit.
A little bit.
The stimulus versus the reparations.
Oh, good
That's
Jesus.
what we're doing. Yeah, Base brought it up.
And then, like right after that, I had a conversation with a dude.
What is wrong with these folk, man? Like, why they act like that? Like, I remember growing up, man, you could do all of that shit as a kid. You can play with your remote control car. You can ride your bike. won't nobody gonna trip. Like you roll over a little piece of somebody's grass, they won't about to call the police or shoot you or no crazy shit like this. Shit ridiculous, man. Like our world is fucking nuts. It's literally going haywire. Literally going haywire. It's a sick place, man. Like this shit is. You gotta laugh to keep
one
from
of my
crying out here,
homeboys
man.
down
This
here,
world
and
is
we was
fucking
talking
sick,
about
bro.
reparations.
Like,
He was like, "Well, how could we get it?
What's
Like,
the purpose of all
who's
that?
gonna
Like,
figure out
what
like
is?
who counts as a
Wonder
descendant of
what
slavery?
they get out of
Who
calling the
counts
cops on the
as far
kid
as who's white versus black and
playing
all
with
of
a
this
RC
shit? Like, who's
car.
gonna actually come up with that? So now we got a committee, guys. We got people working on it. So that's a start.
Baby steps.
Very
steps.
baby
We
steps.
ain't have
but
that at first, so it's the first, in the country. So
At least somebody actually
shout out
looking
to
into it.
California for pushing that initiative forward. I appreciate
And
it.
shouts out to HR 40, Human Resources 40. There you go.
And question for the chat for y'all to ponder on this week. Me and my homeboys having a conversation offline. And it was about reparations. And I was playing devil's advocate to basically everything he said. Just trying to see how far we can go to like actually see if we can get to a resolution that would actually work. But yeah, so we had basically got to the point where we were like looking at like how will we decide who gets reparations? Like how are they going to determine exactly if you were a descendant of a slave as opposed to the descendant of an immigrant as opposed to the descendant of a freeman? Like how are they going to like I got my DNA done. I done been on there and it still holds in certain spots. Like I done traced my ancestry all the way back to like what is it like the 1600s, 1500s? So I can see my free people, free ancestors that came across, and I can also see my enslaved ancestors and their plantations they end up on, etc. But I also see like holes in there where it's like one side of my family, like my dad's side of my family, like I'm really kind of stuck at pretty much 2 generations back, just because so many of them are already gone. You know what I mean? So I'm glad we got a committee out there. But how do y'all think we're gonna determine that? Like, how are we gonna determine who is considered black? Peace, Larry. Peace, Queen. How are you? Welcome. But how are we gonna decide that, y'all? Like, who's gonna define what is black, what is Caucasian, what determines if you're a slave owner's descendant versus a slave descendant versus a native descendant versus a person who is a descendant of somebody from a country that did have enslaved people that were brought over here, but in there, it was actually somebody who came over as a freeman and they were fine, and your family did not come from. Like, how they gonna determine that? That's just a question that I haven't heard nobody actually pinpoint for me. So y'all people out here that's smarter than me, please help your boy out with that knowledge, man. Throw it in the comment, the chat, come up on panel, or just put it in the comments of one of the vids this week. I read pretty much every single comment. So yeah, man, but that's just something I was pondering and we couldn't figure out an answer to that. So yeah.
So,
If you know, hit us up, let me know.
we do need a Human Resources for America.
Indeed.
All I can say is about damn time.
Amen to that, bro. Amen to that. So that was number 4, guys. And then
it's way past due.
what you said, FaZe?
It's way past due.
Way over due. Indeed.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
So that was number
what
4.
exactly is
and
going
then
to
number
be
5
a fitting reparations?
Nance Hope.
These are the things that I
woman,
ponder, but I don't
first
have
woman,
an answer
period.
to it all. Really
She's
don't.
also a black woman. To
It
lead
makes it even better.
Chicago's fire department. After working for over 30 years in several different positions within the Chicago Fire Department.
It is the power of the
Nance
label,
Hope
but there's
recently
also
became the
systems
first
that they
woman
still holding
to lead
on.
the Chicago
And I
Fire
think that's the
Department.
problem. Like,
her appointment to the top position of fire commissioner was confirmed last week by Chicago
when the
City
systems are
Council.
still there and the people in power have the
WGNTV.com
same
reports.
mentality that
Commissioner
reflects
Holt has more
the
than
people
3
who
decades
created the
of proven
systems, it
leadership
makes
and
it
a passion
hard
for
to like
public
get
service
past it.
that
Like I
makes
think
her
on a
the
social
perfect
level,
fit
on
for
an
this role,
everyday,
said Mayor
hold
Lori
up,
Light.
on a social everyday, just me, you, we walking through the world, our everyday interactions with people in real life. I feel like for the most part, we're getting to a place where, yeah, I would agree with that. I think it's on the political and systematic level that a lot still needs to be addressed and done, because a lot of those things are still having intended effects on us at this point. So yeah, I think if they just go ahead and address the actual laws that are still in place, the regulations or lack of regulations in certain economic sectors that are causing us issues, the political gerrymandering and redlining and all of that type of shit, like all of the shit that they're still doing, they just calling a different name. And they just drop that, we'll be fine. Because I think socially, yeah, we are getting to a place where it's becoming to mean less. Because we're going to end up being one big mixed race society pretty soon. If you look at our younger generations and kind of the direction that they're going in is pretty much they dating whoever, they marrying whoever, they don't care. So it's definitely going away. But you know, if we're gonna do reparations, I do think that it is something that maybe need to be addressed. Because I do think it goes a long way in healing the harm. Like it's hard to move on past harm. Like I fought with friends before, right? And after we done punched each other, we still had to come back and apologize and kind of make amends for that in some way and kind of prove that we are past it, if that makes sense. And I think that in a lot of ways, the white supremacists from America have not necessarily, like they've said they haven't really apologized or made amends. They kind of just are like, yeah, I punched you in the face, and then you just supposed to get over it and keep it moving, and we supposed to go back to acting like everything cool. And that's just not how life works. You know, you do something to somebody, they gonna probably treat you differently, even if it's not necessarily them getting revenge. They not gonna necessarily be cool with you until shit is addressed. You know what I mean? So I know with my wife, one of the biggest things for her, like for me, I can have a moment of like we, you know what I'm saying, disagree or whatever. And it's cool with me. I just can keep it moving. But for her, until I come back and if I've said something that may have been over the line or out of place or, you know, whatever, until I've actually made amends from it, even if I've apologized, until I've made amends or recognized it or taken accountability for it, we stuck. You did. So I think, yeah, that's just my take on it. But you know what I mean, it's a big conversation. Trust me. Like at the end of the day, you know what I mean, I definitely just know that a lot of the politics and institutions is the main issue. It's not really necessarily everyday people, because I come into contact with all kinds of people. And these days I haven't, since I left Colonial Heights as a young man. And that was even, you know, back in high school. So this is back in, you know, the late 90s. That was the last time I've really, to be honest with you, faced like some real racist, just jacked up stuff. Everybody else I've met since then has been pretty cool, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Or it's been assholes, but they not assholes because they any color or race. They just assholes because they just assholes. So, you know what I mean? So I think we getting there. It's just if we can get these institutions to match the general society, we gonna be somewhere. You feel me? But yeah, good bill.
Furthermore, in a time where more
Yeah,
works
man.
remain in order to eliminate discrimination, racism, and sexism,
We might have to
from
do
the
a whole
firefighter
panel on
profession,
just reparations and have that
Commissioner Holt's
conversation. 'Cause
history-making appointment as
I'm
the
very
first
interested
woman
to hear
and
other people's
black
takes and
woman
like where
to
they want
lead
to
as
go with
fire
it or
commissioner
where.
couldn't have come at a better moment.
Or
Holt
how
was
they see
appointed
it.
first deputy commissioner in 2018 and has been serving as
it's different
acting commissioner since Richard C. Ford retired earlier this year. So shout out to Annette Nance Holt
Good
in
point.
Chicago.
Good point.
Make that commissioner Annette Nance Holt in Chicago. And you know that comes to us from good black.
This is where the problem lies.
So,
Greed
man,
is a
shout
big
out to the black movers and shakers.
Look at
system
that.
of-
Look at
of
that
operations
equality there
that is a
now.
problem
Like
for us,
for
yeah.
once, we got a woman telling men to go down the pole, to fight fires.
Oh, come on, bro. Hell no.
Fight fires.
All right, so this is one of those funny moments. I think it was last call that asked about the audio. So this is one of the moments that when I'm going back through and editing, like it's a lot worse before this, trust me. But when I'm going back through and editing audio, this is the shit that makes me laugh. Like Face is back there, he's saying a whole bunch of probably really poignant shit. But because he was like literally 2 inches too far back away from whatever device he was on, it sounds like he's far away underwater.
No, you know women love.
And he was going in. He probably was giving one of his epic rants in that moment. But
Oh, come on, bro. What in the hell, man?
That is some cool ass shit.
There we go. And he
Mhm.
steps back forward.
Mhm.
Damn straight it is, man. So, man, you know,
That's the cool black shit people are. That's
and the
cool
video
shit
for
black
this is
people are
dropping
doing
probably
this
Monday or
week, y'all.
Tuesday before we record
And
the
you
next
know,
pod. So be on the lookout for
I
that.
like when you bring up that
Be
because
on the
we
lookout
always
for
talk
that.
about how can we do this or people holding us back and what we have to do and what we can't do. But to highlight positive black stories of people that ain't really, how can I say, ain't really giving their props on a larger scale, I really like that. We trying to bring light to people who are doing something positive in our community.
Damn right.
Big fat.
But moving on.
No doubt, G.
So my topic this week I'm bringing to the table is basically sacrifices. You feel me? And the positive and negative effects that they can create. Now, when talking about sacrifices in every facet of life, you have to say there is sacrifice in any relationship, personal relationships, sexual relationships, friendships, just dealing with yourself, business relations, internal sacrifices.
Now, funny little behind the scenes story about this, and this goes back again to the audio last call. So during this moment, or doing some of the pod, I be having like life shit going on behind the scenes here at the house. So I'll switch over to my phone in the middle of recording, and so I can move around, and then it'll make things sound a little weird. So you'll also notice during certain segments, my voice will sound one way, and then it'll just jump. So yeah, just speaking back to that original question.
Sacrifices for your kids, sacrifices to save money. It's just sacrifices all around. But with these sacrifices that are made, they're all good things that happen. Because if you're sacrificing something of your own for somebody else, say you're sacrificing time to spend time with your kids, you may be losing out, but they getting happy. You feel me? So it's positive and negatives on every sacrifice. So
Right.
the sacrifices y'all made in life, you feel me? Like, what do you feel is the biggest sacrifices that you've made so far, and the positive and negative things that have come from them?
Wow.
I'll go first.
Thank
Now,
you.
the biggest thing I can say that I've sacrificed just in life, period, is time. All around, just as I sit
That
back
was
and
a
look
dope
on
ass
life
question
as
he
life
asked.
and time has passed, I've sacrificed a lot of time doing things and just making other decisions, and I've let time go by committing myself to other things. So, i.e., a job I had before when I was working retail. I was committed to my career, so I was committed there, but I was sacrificing time with my family. And so time was moving by. I was missing birthdays. I was missing this. I was missing that. All while I was focused on the career, trying to get the money to provide for the family. So while I was sacrificing time, I was focused on trying to do something else to provide. So where the positive was, you have more money to help with the income. The negative is you lose time with family and you miss out on important things. But on the reverse side of that, if you want to sacrifice your income, you may not be able to do what you need to do or do what you want to do per se,
The duality
but
of life.
you're satisfied in time and you're always there. But that's just a small example of sacrifices, positive and negative effects. You feel me? So I mean, like I said, time, that's like the biggest thing I can say I've sacrificed in life. Just committing myself to different things and then looking back on hindsight 2020, because I don't believe like you can really see the negative effects of your sacrifices in the moment.
Right.
You only see what you see. Is when you take that step back and you look and you have a wider scale, wider scope of the incident or the situation where you can see both the positive and the negative, because you can see now from your side and you can see holistically what the whole situation is by the sacrifice that was made and the outcome.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Damn. Yeah. I think it was two. I'd say one at the beginning, or like more throughout our relationship before recent times with my wife. I've sacrificed like time doing fun, silly shit, like going to the clubs and shit like that. Like I sacrificed a lot of that party stuff.
Yep. I've been living
To
like an
build my
old married
relationship
man
right.
since I was about
So
21.
I feel like the good part is like I
22.
have probably a stronger marriage than a lot of people that are like in my friend group down here, like a lot of them come to us to try to like ask questions and stuff. And I think it's because like we spend so much time like actually working on our relationship. But the downside is I also like missed out on a lot of shit that happened in like a good 6 or 7 year stretch where like
Yep.
I just wasn't around a lot of shit. So I missed a lot of shit. So that's definitely was the downside. And then now I think the biggest sacrifice that I made, I would say in recent times, would have to be probably time, like you said, but specifically time
I'm on my
spent
phone right now.
away from
I'm
following
outside,
my
I
dream.
think.
Like I spent a lot of time like doing my job, which is fulfilling and I love it. And
Told
it's
you,
my
I be a lot of
career,
bullshit going on
but
behind the scenes.
it
We be
also takes
struggling,
a
man.
lot of
We be
time away
struggling,
from
bruh.
like what is now my passion, like
Yep,
what I feel like my true love is, which is podcasting. So I feel like the good thing is it allows me to have a stable, paycheck. It allows me to do good in my community. It allows me to, take care of my family. But it also, the downside is I know how much more I could do with this if I had that time. You know what I mean?
Big facts.
Understand.
Big
What you're
facts.
putting down.
Let's see what for
One
me.
day.
I think for me, I got some. My immediate one is I like sacrificed like me doing music so I can put all my energy in doing this book.
Yes,
Because I felt like the same amount of creativity that I would use music is what I would use to make this book, pretty much. And I sacrificed it. Tiz brought up something that like I kind of relate to a little bit, like to get my life together or whatever.
That's just
I
me coming back in
sacrificed
the
a lot
house,
of
y'all.
passions in
Or going
that
out.
I
I'm not
wanted
really
to do
sure.
as far
But I'm
as
doing
like
something back there.
rapping and art stuff or whatever. Just so
There
I
was
can
a
get
lot going on Tuesday
myself
evening,
in
man.
a stable
Y'all
situation
pray
where I
for the
can
boy,
move
man.
forward, pretty
Right.
much. Because it was for a good minute. Life was kind of rocky and didn't know where to go. Some cases I'm still, but I think that's just me as an overthinker. I'm always overthinking like, what's my next move? What's my next move? But I can't make Rome in one night. So yeah, I would say probably those sort of off the top of my head, probably the two big sacrifices that popped in my head. Yeah.
And I must be sitting
Right
back
on.
down.
But I would say the positive of that is I got my life in a situation where I can plan stuff forward and move and get myself organized on a business plan for like the artwork that I want to do, pretty much, whatever. So
Right. Hey, man, and on every video we drop, man, until he actually does it, man, hashtag Pat show us the art. Pat supposed to be coming out with a video or a series where he actually like goes through his art and like does art live or like shows us his new shit. And he needs to be showing us his comic book. So get that shit in the comments, man, and put some pressure on Pat, man, until he start living his purpose and showing off his art more, man. Right on.
Yeah.
Damn right. Now, follow-up question to that one. Now,
Indeed.
we know both men and women make sacrifices. Now, I know we don't have a woman on our panel tonight,
Right.
but
we missing
who
that.
do y'all
Feel
want
free
to
to
see feel
comment.
make
Queens, if y'all ever want to
men
join
and
us
women?
on the panel, man, we
said
would
what?
love to have a female
Who do
perspective.
y'all feel make more
Kind of break
sacrifices
up the
on a daily
monotony of us
basis,
three
or just on a
old
wider scale,
Negroes
men and women, and
and
why?
our skewed male perspective.
Every answer we say is
Yeah,
going
I'm
to be a
coming with
dangerous
them.
answer.
I'm
All right.
coming with them questions.
I'm going to say this in a generalized way, and I don't have any stats or nothing to back this up. So this is strictly opinion based. So
Yep.
Please don't crucify me, guys.
Yep.
But Tiz take.
Mm.
I'm going to
Ladies,
say,
please don't kick my hind parts, man. I don't want no smoke with y'all,
voluntary
man. But
sacrifices, women. Involuntary
Gotta be
or
honest.
requested sacrifices.
peace, Black
men.
Anonymous. Peace,
I
King or
feel like
Queen.
women do a
How are
lot
you?
of stuff that
Always
nobody
a pleasure
asks them
to have
do,
you in
and
the
that nobody
building.
really needs, but it makes
Love it
them
when I see
feel
my A1 day one just kicking it
whole
with
or,
us,
like,
like the
justified.
family come through.
Like my
Peace,
wife
peace,
does a lot of
peace.
stuff around the house. I appreciate all of it supremely, But a lot of it is not stuff that's necessarily important to me. It's more stuff that she does because she wants to do it to make herself feel like, I don't know, it's like something in her that she says she needs to just do. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's not a sacrifice you're making for me or the family. It's a sacrifice you're making just because you want to do it. So that's a voluntary sacrifice. Involuntary or requested would be like,
If I'm wrong,
on
please
a
tell me where I'm
day-to-day
wrong.
basis,
I don't
I
mind
won't
learning.
ask
but
for anything all day in a 24-hour period. But the amount of requests that come my way or things that I'm asked to do is limitless. So
a lot
like,
of
I
my
think
married brethren have
I think
expressed these
it
same
depends,
sentiments to
but
me. So
I also feel like
I'm assuming it's
both
something.
sets of sacrifices are valid, kind of like a lot of the shit, like I said, like my wife does some of it, like it's not stuff that would be important to me on a day-to-day basis. But I do notice that like right now, she's out of town for the night. She coming back tomorrow. She had to go to Florida to do a session for her job or whatever. So like when she's gone, like I do notice those little things that she normally would be doing not being done, and it does have an impact. So like I feel like it depends on the dynamic. On like in a married household, I would say definitely it's probably even. It's just the women stuff is a lot more voluntary stuff that they just
Peace,
do.
Queen down
And
there. I
men
just
is more
replied to your
like
message,
they'll
man.
ask
Thank
you
you,
and do it
man.
for a million
Knowing that
things,
we
even if
making you
don't
proud, that
understand.
means a lot because you've been here
That's
since
my
the very,
opinion.
very, very beginning. So
Hope
thank
I'm
you,
good,
man.
yeah.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you, thank you. Peace,
I don't want
Queen.
no smoke, wife. I don't want no smoke, Miss Tiz. I don't want no smoke now.
I don't, baby. I don't want no smoke, baby. I don't want no smoke, baby. I want no
I
smoke.
feel, me personally, I feel like it's mutual. It's like even. You feel me? Because you have to weigh each set of sacrifices is weighed different. The sacrifices a man makes, you have to weigh on that manly scale what we're willing to do, what we're able to do. You feel me?
This is true.
And vice versa. For a woman, time might be everything. So for a man to sacrifice time for her, that may mean the world. You feel me? But
I
to us,
forgot
that
we
don't
went
mean
this
shit.
far into this
Time is time.
conversation.
You feel me? If I can't do it today, I do it tomorrow. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So we just gotta weigh it. To us, having that meal ready, or a woman coming home and sacrificing, I needed to go do my hair, but I know Dan needs to be ready. I know he need to eat because he's been working day too. Let me go make a meal real quick for him. That may mean a lot to us. To have
That's
our
real.
woman come cook a meal for us. You feel me? To her, that may be just
That's
something
real,
to do
boy.
to get out
Ain't
the way.
nothing like a good
So to her, that
home
may be
cooked
something
meal at the
that
end
she
of the
sacrificed.
day.
But to
Peace,
us, that
King
may be something great.
Rodney. What's
Right.
good, family?
I just think
Always a
the
pleasure,
different
my
sacrifice that
guy.
each
How
person
you,
makes,
my brother?
at the end of the day, and boil down to be even because it definitely is weighed on a different scale. If you flip the scales, you feel me? Then everything will be greater on one of the other sides because if you have a woman trying to make manly sacrifice, of course it's going to take a little bit more effort. You feel me? Especially when it comes to the physical sacrifice. Now for a man to make a female's physical sacrifice, depending on what it is, it may be a great ass sacrifice. But then again, it could be something like, oh well, because at the end of the day, in some relationships, I don't know about all, but in some relationships, a man may want kids and a woman doesn't. You feel me? But the woman's like, you know what? I sacrificed my body to get this man a child. I love him that much.
That's big.
Right.
So
Yeah,
she's
that's
sacrificing
big.
her whole body, you feel me? For the sake of bringing another life in this world. So she's actually making two sacrifices. You feel me? So at the end of the day, she could possibly lose her life for giving that child. So she's willing to make the ultimate sacrifice for you and that child.
Yeah.
So I look at it a little differently, just because that's the background of you.
What
So,
y'all
I
out
mean,
there
I think
sacrificing,
about it.
man? It's
True.
this shit still got me thinking.
That was
I've
funny,
been thinking
Tez.
about
But
I
this
didn't
topic
mean
for
to
a
do
minute.
that right
Doing good. I had doing a little
there.
shopping. Word
I
up,
had
man.
never
Riding
hit
by the
this
pod
level on
squad.
this.
Some man buy some big baller shot caller.
Let me see what this does.
Hold us down, man.
Whoop.
Nah, man. Glad you're doing well, though, King.
I was going to
Definitely
say,
glad you're doing well, brother.
the person that actually
Good
do
to
the
see you, man.
sacrifice don't feel the actual result of the sacrifice. It's the person who he do the sacrifice or she do the sacrifice for that's going to feel it. And
That shit got to be like a brain
and
twister
it's just
for a
like
second.
what say said
Because
with
the
his
person they
example or
do it
whatever,
for, and the
like
other
he
person did the
appreciates
sacrifice, and the
that
sacrifice of
she
the person that's doing the
is.
sacrifice,
She might
and the
just
other
think it as one of
sacrificer.
those things on a list,
Woo.
but he appreciates that she doing that thing on her list on the list or whatever.
Right. It was starting to get
So
late round this point too.
I feel like is that, and then it all
Mm-mm.
depends on the sacrifice individually too, because you know, like one of the biggest sacrifices for the woman is like giving birth and giving her life to take care of the child.
No, that's a big
Like
fact.
that's such a big sacrifice that when you think of sacrifices, that's probably the one of the top 10 on the Family Feud list to put up there, you know, or whatever. As far as what men sacrifice or whatever, you have to like, I feel like you got to look at the society we're in and the society we built. As
Pat
far
take a
as,
minute to get to
you
the point, but
know,
when he
what
get
we've
there,
done
man, he
so
be
far,
dropping some fucking
you know,
gems,
like,
man.
and it
Speak
could
on that
also
shit, Pat.
depends on your views about life. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a lot of men that sacrificed their lives in wars and sacrificed their lives to, like, you know, be activists against, you know, certain things or whatever. Like, you know, Black Panthers and stuff like that or whatever. Those are the first examples I think of because I'm a Black male,
right,
or whatever. So I feel like the results and the achievements of the sacrifice or whatever kind of weighs in on what sacrifice, because it's like you can't really rate the sacrifice so much or whatever equally. But it's like in the genders, only, you know, a woman can do certain sacrifices that a man can't, and vice versa. Like,
absolutely,
until some scientists come
absolutely,
around, which they
Donnell.
probably already started, and
Absolutely,
men
that's a
start
big
giving
one.
birth.
That's a big one right there. Sacrificing when they lead it, absolutely, because that's super hard. And a lot of times they usually leave their area where their support system is, so they really run it. And yeah, but I think that's the main thing with children though. It's easy to. I feel like it's hard to sacrifice for yourself sometimes because you feel like, well, I can deal with it. I can deal with it. I can deal with this. I can deal with that. But when it comes to your kids, that's the one thing that I've noticed. Like, I've probably more of a willing sacrificer now since I've had my son than I was at any point in my life before. Like, I've always been pretty generous or whatever as far as like being willing to give to make sure everybody good. But like he really, like, I give up anything. Like, fuck it. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel you there. The shit you'll do for your children, man, it's real. It's real.
I
Good
don't
point.
know why they don't even like giving birth. So I don't know why a man wants birth for all that pain and everything. But yeah, nobody's topping that right now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my pretty much agree with y'all. Yep. But
with all that being said, I think it's time.
Oh, what a time for?
You think it's time?
What a time for? What a time for? What a time for?
If y'all can't tell that this is
I think it is.
Face's favorite part of the show every week.
I think it's time.
Obviously, the positive Black stories is
It's
my new
about that
favorite,
time.
but this is like the classic part right here.
All my partners fuck with me. Tears fuck with me. Face fuck with me. Y'all know what time
Was
it
it
is.
this part that led to the weird shit?
Cameron voice. Kill real voice.
Hey man, there are types of fuckery that are entertaining, man. I will always agree with that part. Yeah, there's some shit that's funny.
Yeah.
You know, as long as it ain't hurting nobody, it's not coming from a malicious place. You know, right out. But yeah, the good and fuckery every week is our favorite part.
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
And we gonna get into some fuckery on this episode. So another little behind the scenes fact. So we record this every Tuesday evening, usually somewhere around the time of about. Oh man, salute Donnell. Thank you for that, man. Thank you for that cash out, man. That's love. You are like our second cash app ever. That's dope as fuck. Appreciate you, Queen. Thank you, man. I'm gonna make sure this gets split up between the fellas as always, as we do with all things. And man, just thank you for continuing to believe in us and support us, man. We appreciate you for sure, for sure. What the hell was I about to say? Damn, that done threw me all off, man. That make a nigga drop a thug to you, man. All right, bring it back, reel up, rewind. All right, yeah. So behind the scenes, we usually record this on Tuesday nights, and it's usually somewhere around 9:30, 10 o'clock by the time we actually get on with each other and start the process of recording. And sometimes it's well after midnight by the time we in. And for us three, we are three dudes that like have long work days. Usually, even now that I'm working from home for the summer, like between this and my actual, 9 to 5 career, we be grinding all day. And then me and Face have kids and a wife that we also have to make sure, you getting the quality time in and all that. So like it be late. So when you hear us going into these random goofball moments, man, if you watched our live show on Sundays or Saturdays, you know that the later it gets, the goofier it is. Yeah, I was blushing, man. Yeah, Dark Brothers blush, man. I'm secure enough of myself to emote. I don't mind emoting. That's something me and my wife been working on for the past couple of years, is getting me to emote more and like actually show feelings and have feelings. So yeah, man, for the past 2 years, man, it's been a lot of emoting. And yes, I've started to blush. Yes, because I be genuinely touched when people believe in us or support us or any like, y'all don't know, man. Like I've been thinking about doing something in media or entertainment or something in that field for a long time, man. And it was like a little secret dream that I ain't never think I could tell nobody or really do, because I was so busy focused on like making sure that me and the wife future was secure, making sure that our son was taken care of, making sure my family was straight, trying to be strong for everybody. You know what I mean? Before that, I was out in the streets doing stupid shit. So I was basically shooting myself in the foot. So like to have somebody like actually believe in you, you know what I mean? When you ain't always sure you believe in yourself. Like this little podcast, we started it, on some like, let's try it. And we 34 episodes in, and every week, like we genuinely be surprised that, oh, somebody actually listened, somebody actually watched the video. Like it's genuinely shocking to know that like somebody cares enough to spend their time and listen to something that you were saying. And then it's even doper when they interact in any way. So like when we get a like, when we get a comment, when somebody, even when somebody disagrees with us, like just the fact that somebody took the time to hear what we had to say and formulate an opinion and then give it to us so that we can continue that conversation. Like it's really dope to us. Like we, make a dog brother blush, man. We really be like genuinely touched by that, man. Like, so yeah, I blush, bro. Or sis, I still ain't really sure. So I'm gonna just always give you that caveat so I can make sure I respect whatever your preferred pronoun is. But yeah, man, we be hyped about that shit. Like you ought to see us like when we be in our weekly meetings and somebody then give a comment or a video has done well that week. And for us, let's be relative. Like, for us, is like over 20 views. Like that's like big for us. Especially with non-Umar content. Cause Umar, like when we was talking about him, like I think a lot of that was just people coming in because they just want to hear nonsense about Umar. But like them 20 views every week them 20 people that took time to watch something like that means 20 people actually give a damn. So yeah, man. Ask them questions. Rodney, hold on. Let me go back up. I missed some of your questions. As far as sacrificing, go balls to the wall for my 28-year-old. I mean that shit, Rodney. What was the questions, man? Ask them Jones, bro. Damn, Flakes was. Hey, man, I have seen FaZe blush. I think it may have been twice in the 20-some years we've been boys, but I have seen him blush before, so it can happen. Yes, Danny Brown. Now, it ain't gonna make sense to y'all yet. So every week's title is like a triple entendre. And first of all, Peace King. Peace King. always a pleasure to have you with us, bro. But yeah, so the titles be like triple entendres. It's like there's a direct thing that you're gonna hear in the video at some point that directly goes to that title. But then there's going to be two other kind of more diverse things and other ways you can interpret that title meaning based off of some of the other conversations in that week's episode. So yeah, but when we get to the literal meaning of this title, y'all gonna be weak because the end of this episode gets crazy. Trust me, it gets a little bit silly, man. We were a bit
All right,
outrageous.
y'all.
But
Episode
Rodney, man, feel
34,
free to
Get It
ask
For Free.
anything,
Let's
man.
start it off with a little bit of
Yeah,
good.
we pretty much
So I
open
just
books
saw
for the
this
most part, bro.
post randomly.
Peace, Queen. Peace, Queen.
Randy Moore,
Always a
black
blessing,
man,
miss.
has
Always
been
a blessing.
appointed the first Black Forest Service chief.
Who?
We're just doing first. I don't know. His name's Randy Moore.
Randy Moore has been appointed the first black what?
First Black Forest Service chief.
That's right.
Oh,
it's a black
Go
man
black.
behind Smokey the
There we go,
Bear
King.
now. That's right.
There we go.
We about to be running a lot of stuff, man. We getting our
that's
ways
just
into
like that,
everything,
right?
man, and getting our opportunity.
Um,
We coming. It's coming. Pause.
some
We
good
getting there.
baller-ish, you know what
We
I'm
getting
saying?
there.
Will Smith wanted to spend his 4th of July in New Orleans, and he found out that they're not.
What have you not?
They didn't plan
sacrificed
for a fireworks show.
that
So you know
now
what this man did? He bought fireworks for New Orleans.
Oh wow. Like for the city?
For the city.
What you just say?
Before we get back into Will Smith just doing too damn much, that's a good question. I would have to say, oh man, you can still ask him, man. You can still ask him because the way you ask the question may prompt even more, behind the scenes details, Rodney. So don't trip on that. Trust me, we got you. But the thing I have not sacrificed for was this. Like, I wish in my late teens, early 20s, instead of goofing off and tripping and running the streets and getting involved into illegal activity and chasing women, I wish I had a really focused, and I feel like if I had been more focused back then, I would have realized sooner what my actual passion is. I feel like I would have started chasing it sooner. And I feel like instead of y'all watching me right now, as little old Tiz from the Podnas, y'all will be watching me as big time Tiz from the Podnas podcast that all of y'all would have already known already because we would have been huge because I would have already been doing the groundwork for some years now. So I think that like not sacrificing for my dream and like instead choosing to play around for most of my early 20s and early 20s and late teens, and then pretty much just still not focusing on my dream even when I did start getting serious about life. Like I still was more focused on like trying to be stable and like let me get something that's tangible and that I can, it's a consistent source of income, and it's gonna make sure that no matter what, we're gonna be good. And I wish I had took the risk then when I was younger, before we had our child, before it was more like stuff that I could lose. You know what I mean? I feel like that was the best time to do it. So yeah, good question, man. Good question.
Will Smith bought fireworks for the entire city.
And you got exclusive rights, man. You got exclusive rights to the Podnas interview. We got you.
Yeah.
We'll be just stunned on another level.
Yeah, just hey, I want this to happen. This is my type of party.
So
we're gonna do this type of party.
So behind the scenes, you'll notice I go from talking clearly to then talking like I'm eating a smorgasbord. And basically I had to pause the recording at one point to go get me some cake. It was some yellow cake with some chocolate frosting. It was amazing. I don't really care for this particular word, but it was moist. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I know nobody asked us, but yeah. Like in the neighborhoods around my way, it'd be that one dude that he got the bigger fireworks than everybody else. So after everybody shoot off their little Jones, he'll keep the party going with his big rockers. You know what I mean? But it don't be no citywide shit. It be a couple blocks.
Hey, man.
Will be just doing too much.
Yeah, jumping out of planes and some mo-ish.
Have you
Have a
seen
real
his
Will
talk.
does do too much
when he
though.
does like
I'm dead
challenges and shit?
serious.
Like he be having like world class production for a 15-second hook clip.
Big facts.
Yeah, he be doing that. He be doing it. And Joe Button start hating on it. It was funny.
If
But
you
yeah,
look
he
up
be doing
doing
that
the
all the
most
time.
in the dictionary, you see Will Smith, and I got cake in my bed.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, I had cake. Man, I was fucking that cake up, man. It was like the best cake I've ever had
Fresh
in my
Prince
life for
of
no reason.
Fireworks. Yeah.
I'm being completely hyperbolic,
Next on
but
the
y'all
list,
had to see that
Tennessee
cake, man.
State.
One day I'm gonna have to send
Percy
some of that
Miller.
cake to y'all,
Yep,
man.
that's right. Masterpiece, son.
And it wasn't even no
He
homemade
sells a
cake.
two-
That's the funny part.
Nah,
But
nah,
it was
nah, nah.
amazing in that
With
moment.
those
It was great.
na-na-na-nas. He signs a $2 million NIL or endorsement deal after the NCAA changed their rules and stuff about, I guess, getting paid for endorsements,
Yo, I love that. Yo,
which they should have in their first place.
because of that rule change, they should go back and retroactively like undo all that shit against the O'Bannons, against all of these players that done had to deal with that bullshit. Go back and take that shit back against Reggie Bush, all of them. Like, get them kids they credentials back and they accolades back.
Yep. And then what's next on the list here? We're right on the borderline where we go from good to fuckery here.
Oh,
So
shit.
this borderline is
Fuckery alert.
Yeah, it's about to start getting
this
stupid
borderline
after
is
this.
brought to you
We
by
get into
Versus.
some other serious shit, trust me, but it gets
As y'all
a
know,
little goofballish.
Versus.
I warned y'all. If y'all seen
I don't know this.
all right, if you have not seen the Bobby Brown and Keith Sweat versus, please, I usually don't tell you to stop watching our content, but stop it and go watch that right now. The whole thing, the clips, the memes, the whole nine. Man, this was one for the ages, man. And when they broke into that Ciroc song, and oh yeah. It gets goofy from here, guys. It gets goofy from here, man. So if you're not into silly ass humor, it's about to get retarded, yo.
Basic good like I knew you would.
Oh man. Oh my god. I was singing to the cake like he was singing to that
Bobby
glass,
came in
man.
like,
I'm telling
look,
you.
man. I know this pandemic
Oh man,
had y'all
when Keith
not
Sweat
doing
started
anything.
doing the D-Lo Brown song.
Hold on.
Oh my god, man.
In common. Ciroc, come on.
Yo, I've never seen no foolery like that damn versus, man. That shit was hilarious.
Them niggas was up there drunk.
Oh my god. If y'all
So,
again,
and
if you have not
Keith
seen it,
was,
please y'all
on the
check
low
that
shading
shit
Bobby
out. It
on the
is.
low, yo. He kept this.
You can find a good little bootleg or
you wanna do
upload
that?
of it on
Little dance
YouTube right
move?
now today. It
Am I bad?
amazing entertainment for the whole family. It's just good from start to finish, man.
All
Them
them
two
shit-
dudes.
all
Nigga,
that shade, man.
But get them some help though, for real though.
Yeah.
When you were singing to that
Alcoholism look a little
glass
rough in
all
there.
night. Yeah.
Like all jokes aside, something ain't right.
Nigga, here was
Something
just.
ain't right. And you
He
know we
was
got
doing the
worry
D-Lo
about Bobby.
Brown.
No, for real. Keith Sweathead was like,
I
yo,
have to start watching this shit.
Yo, when I tell you
Oh,
this
man.
shit came out of nowhere, it was like a surprise in the night. It was like a Jay-Z or a Beyonce album. That shit just dropped. It won't know.
They done just gave up on doing promo
no prelude.
for
I ain't
any
hear
verse.
nothing about
man.
it
They
until
just
afterward. The first thing I heard about it
just
was
take that. Just take that.
Oh,
You ain't know it was
um,
coming, but just wake up
they
to it and
said
find out
wasn't
about
like
it as
any
everybody else
promotion
done watched
because
it,
was
and
like
you be
Essence
late.
Fest, and I think it was a part of Essence Fest. So in Essence Fest,
Yo.
he just had verses up there, but I don't think they really showed who was going to be. This could have been like some last minute booking, but hey, they put on the show.
when I
And he did that
tell
little
you,
dance move that he
big
did.
bruh, they had this
Yeah.
breakdown moment, man.
Yeah, they
but it
was
like,
good.
because Ciroc is one of
They
the
was
sponsors
good.
for the show.
Daddy LaBelle and them did set the trend. And Teddy Riley,
These
baby,
niggas
obviously
got
that's
to
the
doing this
classic.
little
That was like, you know,
interlude and, like, this
the
little
one that
remix
kind of
talking about the Ciroc.
took it all. But Bobby and Keith, man,
Keith Sweat was like, Ciroc.
they might
Come
got
on.
the
Bobby Brown was in
best
the
one
background
ever.
just,
It was
"We got something in
hilarious.
common."
Oh man, my ribs were like caving in. I was laughing so hard. Like that shit was hilarious.
Sweat was like,
And yeah, Danny
was
Brown,
like,
that shit just happened, right? Like
you
it just,
tasted good like I do.
I
you
woke up
would.
and Hot 97 was talking about it,
And Bobby's
people
still in
was
the back
recapping.
all
I'm
night.
like, hold
And
up, when
Bobby's
did it
still in
happen?
the background. We got something in common.
Coming. Yo, I was weak.
Y'all both drunk.
I'm gonna find that video and I'm gonna post it on our channel this week at some point. When I got my homegirl got the video of that just that clip of when they were doing that.
Take you all night.
Oh man, the simple shit.
We got something in
I
common.
couldn't stop. I couldn't stop at this point. At this point, it was just
Never let you down.
I was just
Yo,
going. I
this
just
part of
I
the show
couldn't
is
stop
gonna
it.
be horrible.
Yo,
for
yeah,
people
yo, you
listening.
know what I'm? Yes, yes. But
if you go back and watch this versus, you're gonna understand everything so much better. Just go back
please
and
watch
the
it,
verses,
y'all.
then come back
Please.
and click
I
right to
promise
part
you,
of the
this
show.
whole little segment,
It's gonna be great for you.
it's gonna be a lot more enjoyable for you,
Bobby
Then we
Brown
have
and
something in
Keith
common.
Sweat.
man.
I don't know who thought of putting those two together, but boom. Yes,
They
he
got something in common. It's called alcoholism.
Ciroc.
Rock.
It was good to see Bobby
not
out,
so rock, but
but we need to
Ciroc.
love on him. All right, so all jokes aside, and I don't know if we actually said this on air, but I do remember us talking about this at some point the night we recorded. It's funny, you know, all good, but the fact that they was just letting Bobby drink there, and you know, he's been through a lot of trauma in these past couple of years with his children and stuff. Like, we need to love on Bobby, man. Like, we got to make sure we start keeping our black singers and entertainers around until they die of natural causes instead of letting them, keep dropping all the crazy stuff. So, yeah, man, let's love on Bobby, man. I don't know who watching this who might know Bobby or who might have connects to him or who just might go to a concert. Just love on him, man, and remind him that he don't need that sauce to be the boss, man. We still rock with him we just love him. You know what I mean? So yeah, but it's concerning. And Keith was touching that sauce a little heavy too. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. We pray for our folk, man. All jokes aside, like we can laugh at funny shit, but
manufactured
you gotta pray for our folk, man.
You know how I'm built, man. You know what I'm about.
That shit was crazy.
Right?
But we gonna get the jokes off about that part.
I know I should.
I don't care if he's so drunk right there. That was just funny.
These niggas.
We got something in common.
Y'all don't know. I think he's about to look this up so we can all.
And I did try to, but I could not find the actual clip by itself for nothing. And I
so
did. It was the D-Lo head nods for
I like
me,
to
man.
thank Timberland
Every
and
week,
Swiss Beats for putting this all
yes,
together.
thank
just
you,
because
Timbo. Thank you,
beefed
Swiss.
against
Thank
each
you,
other
Timbo,
one
for
time, and they did a
continuing to
battle,
give us
and it made a business.
classic
That's
entertainment
a good point. That's a very
on a
good
damn
point.
near weekly basis. Even when you don't tell nobody it's happening.
Business.
Appreciate
An
you still.
entertaining
Where
business.
is this?
Appreciate you still.
What's y'all dream?
Huh?
What's your dream versus?
I couldn't think
My
of one, I don't think.
dream versus that.
But I think I would
is-
like to see Mary J and Mariah go head to head.
Yeah,
the D-Lo head nod, like
Uh,
Keith Sweat was like,
My
you
dream
remember
versus
D-Lo used to
that's
get
never
on
going to
the
happen
road.
would be Michael Jackson versus Prince, because that beef is a
Yeah, that
long-standing
big
beef,
ass
and I always found it
catcher's
entertaining.
mitt on. I mean catcher's chest
But
plate on.
if somebody alive,
I'm a 90s wrestling fan, so
Yeah,
yes.
I don't know. Man. Why is it?
We are the nation.
Yeah.
All
All right.
that.
See, yeah, I can't find that. Okay.
Yeah, I
so-
could not find that shit for nothing.
Oh man,
Y'all ever
I'ma-
notice
I'ma
when you
get-
looking for
I'ma
something you
get
can't
my
find it,
girl to send it to me.
and then as soon as you don't need
got
it, shit
that
just be
shit.
popping
I
up?
know she got to save to her phone.
we're gonna send it. We're gonna cut it up in here.
Oh, you know. Oh,
Nigga,
you
neck
know,
stronger than Megan's
you
knees.
know it's
You
gonna
can walk
be
around like that, man. Shit, just doing that shit
Yeah.
for a few seconds. My
It's
damn
gonna
head
cut
hurting and
it up.
shit.
We got something in
I feel like I'm gonna get a crick in my neck, all that.
I'm moving.
That take a lot of dedication to walk around like that.
Rock. I'm gonna wake up JoJo. Oh, I gotta cut that out. Okay. Ciroc.
Did you guys hear about a bill?
Oh
I
man.
don't know.
All right, from one versus to another, the lame love versus of every
No,
Tiz's favorite person that he don't
but that'll
like
be
is
dope. Does it
Bow Wow
extend the
versus Soulja Boy,
podcast?
and they had DJ Academics actually
Because
DJ,
we got the
which
little
I find the
creative
most
comments, like
hilarious.
we
Like,
be
how y'all put
always
Boy.
clicking on TikTok or
Boy
anything
won.
else to let people, if they
Yeah.
want to clip our stuff and use it for their thing,
Yeah,
we
I think
ain't
everybody
tripping
wanna say
on
that
that as
just
long as they
A
ain't
lot
doing
of
nothing
people
crazy.
said Bow
So
Wow won, yo.
I want people to play. I love it get played for every time they
Yeah.
play one.
I mean, Bow Wow
But yeah,
got
Mary J
high.
and Mariah, they got the
Soulja Boy
catalog
on the
for
low.
it.
some mean
sure.
shit. Like this.
But
nigga
no, I
played
didn't know
the
that. That's
same
dope as
song
hell. I
like
hope
2
they
or
do
3
get
times
paid.
with just
People
a
need to
different
start paying the
artist,
fucking people who make
dubplate on that
the
shit.
content and put their hard work and
Like
effort
it
into it.
was ridiculous.
I'm totally
Like, what
in
the
agreement with
hell
that.
Are you like
Pay the creators.
what?
Pay the creators. But
This
yeah,
nigga
Mary
was
J and
playing
Mariah would be
beats
dope.
that he made.
Yeah.
That won't
Soldier
even
Boy is
song.
definitely one of
It
the
was
top
just
funniest
like
people ever on verses. He was
nigga
just
played the hidden verse to
he
him
was
and
killing
Drake's
him.
song that nobody's ever heard before that night.
Like he played the same song. Man,
Like,
Soldier
this
Boy,
shit
Big
was
Soldier
wild.
is
Soulja Boy is
he's a
great
a
form
walking
of
show.
entertainment anytime he is shown
I
on
don't care
television.
what he does.
Yes.
And it's like
funny.
you
It's
want
some
to
type
be
of
you
entertainment
feel
and
like
value
you should
involved.
be embarrassed,
God
but
bless
at
him.
the same time you don't care because you're laughing. You're
Yeah.
laughing your ass
And
off.
because it's like he has a point to a
He
lot
does.
of
Big Soldier done a lot of
Yep,
monumental
Like,
things and set a lot
he
of trends.
I'm the
He's
first
been
TikTok
very
artist.
influential.
Kinda, he was the first nigga that had people.
First
doing
dude
the
I
little
ever seen
challenges
doing
and
a
shit.
dance challenge was because they was
he's the
doing the
guy,
Soldier
probably.
Boy.
He's
He is
he's revolutionary in a lot of ways, man. I
A little bit. Paquito.
if social media
Big Draco.
if social media
Right.
was if social media was personified into a person, I would say Soulja Boy, between Soulja Boy and on a evil clone side, Takashi.
I don't like Takashi.
It would probably be in between.
Yeah, that
both.
video game thing
The
was
bad
whack.
side of social media.
But that's the
Tekashi.
thing.
The funny
It's
shit
whack.
is social media.
But people bought it.
Soulja Boy.
So he's
Oh,
doing
we all
something
in
right.
agreement
Like
with that. Oh,
I do think that buying stupid stuff is stupid.
So,
and as soon as I looked up what
now
it
we in
actually
the
was, I
fuckery
was
part.
like, people
Here we
spending
go.
their money on that.
The fuckery shot.
But
here's
you
some
know,
fuckery.
to each their own.
All right, so
But he has
one of
been
my
very
favorite new
monumental as
artists,
far as the actual
actually,
music
Face
game.
Mob
I will
actually
give
put
him
me
that. He done
onto
started a
this
lot of
artist.
trends
Coy
as far as the
Leroy?
beats he
Whatever.
make and stuff. And
Not Coy.
yeah.
That Coy Leroy.
What is that child
Big
name?
Purr.
Yeah, pay
Don't
the
put
either
Big Purr.
pay the singers or the estate.
That's
Yeah,
her
I ain't never
song,
calling
man.
nobody no
With Pooh
Big Purr.
Shiesty.
Okay, yeah.
I don't care who y'all.
They
I'm
call her
calling you
Big
no Big
Purr.
Purr.
I'm not calling her no Big Purr.
I don't even
Coy
I ain't
Leroy.
calling nobody Big
You named the Coy Leroy. I'm gonna call it Coy Leroy.
Yep.
Toy Fish. Yeah.
Oh, Boo Buick blood.
Buick blood.
Yes, I remember saying
This is the
that.
artist.
If you watch Corey
Saint
Holcomb, you
John.
know that. You know all about
St.
that.
John.
5150 Nation, y'all already know.
Yeah, he was
I think between him and
he was at West Hollywood.
Yes, I would definitely
talking,
agree.
Uzi's
I think
ex,
for
Freddie
our
Bird,
people, it would probably be him,
at a
and for
restaurant.
Shout
more
out VA.
suburban
out
people,
VA.
it would probably be Justin. But yes, I would definitely agree with that. Heck yeah,
shit.
they were at the
High
forefront when
school
YouTube was
to
still kind of like,
Oh, that's what's up.
what exactly
That's what's up.
is it? People still upload cat videos and stuff, and they were already like, oh, we can use that.
He walked
So
up to
I totally
St.
agree.
John,
Yes.
swings, miss, and
They've
then
been at the front
somehow
of a
some
lot of
gun
those
got
social media
involved, and they
movements.
said
Big
he
facts.
flashed it on St. John. And yeah. I feel like Lil Uzi had something.
Nas had a verse about this. Fake thugs, no love. You get the slug. See before Augusto.
Yep. Yep. We got to stop having these people out here being fake thugs, man. Yeah, it's not that deep.
You freak bitches played out. Get stuck in it.
It's not that deep. Never that deep. That was a very good album.
As soon as he swing, St. John moved the other way, and he at that moment he knew he fucked up.
Right.
Fucked up right
At
now.
this moment, I know that outside it's about to open up. I just heard the most thunder.
Yeah, you can't hear it,
Thor?
but at that
Second
moment,
Thor?
man, it
Shang-Chi?
sounded like God was
Zeus?
knocking on my door personally, man.
Shit about to throw down.
That shit, I don't
Elsa,
know,
Elsa, is
whatever
that
these
you?
storms that's
Elsa?
coming through Florida, coming on
Elsa?
up
Raider?
Georgia way, man.
Raider? You do a
Yeah, they
combo
got that
move?
I've been
tropical
seeing some
storm down
weird
in
looking
Florida.
stuff around the neighborhood and hearing
Oh
some weird
man.
sounds in these storms. So y'all be safe out here if y'all live in the southeast
Hit
like
me up
myself.
now. Let me know.
You
She
know,
good.
batten down the hatches and
Yeah,
whatnot. And if
going
you're
up
actually in the
definitely.
hurricane or
Yeah,
tropical
yeah.
storm way, you know,
Yeah.
batten down the hatches
Yeah.
and, you know, bless up, man. It's
What'd you just say?
yeah, man. Them storms, I
It's
don't
a
play with Mother
storm
Nature.
Yeah.
From the
in
country. We don't
Georgia
play
right
with, you
now.
know, storms hit. We usually be
Oh,
sitting
yeah.
still. I usually don't even be doing nothing.
Yeah.
Storm hit.
Where you say she
I
going?
sit down.
Florida.
Sit down.
Yeah, I
Sit
hate
down.
that.
I know you
I
hate
know.
it. I know you hate it.
No
Yeah.
Oh, it
offense.
just hit up there.
No
Okay, so
offense
it
to
done made
nobody
it to y'all.
that
Yeah,
lives
yo,
from
that
there,
John was crazy.
but I hate traveling.
Is it
to
bad
Florida.
up y'all way?
I really do. I've been to Florida like 2 or 3 times, and every time I've been, it's been a horrific experience. I had to get stuck
Hey,
there.
Black,
I ain't
you
had
asked
no
for it
issue with
earlier
that. I
on
can
Twitter, and I
understand your
think we
plight.
might be about to get
sure.
a small bit
I
of a
know
face
some
rant.
niggas that don't nobody speak a lick of the English,
Just so you know.
so it's horrible trying to order.
And you're
food
right. He doesn't mean
at
to be
regular
funny. He
places
be
like McDonald's.
dead. Hey, it's
I went down
serious.
there.
That's just
I'm
how
too
it is.
tired
That's
to
just
be
how it don't
fuckery.
come it out.
You feel me? Like, add this to the
I bet.
fuckery.
Okay, man. Be
You feel
safe,
like
Queen,
fuckery.
man. Please
This
make
is
sure you
part
got
of the
all your
segment now.
supplies or whatever, and you know,
you feel
be
like
safe, man. Make sure you're in a
I
good
went down
location.
there
And
for a little
prayers for
vacation
you.
with the
Let
wife.
us know if we can
The
support
second
in any
time,
way
but
if
not
something
the
go
first, this is the
wrong,
second
man.
time. Not even the third, the
But
second
be
time.
safe.
You feel me? We went to casinos, had a good time down there. You feel me? Like, tried to order food. Every time, it was a situation. Because nobody spoke English
Hold up, y'all. Be right back.
well enough to understand hamburger or pizza.
A hamburguesa.
You feel me? I won't try
No
nothing
queso.
different and new outside the regular palate because those are 2 easy things that people can't really mess up. But did they mess it up? Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Getting stuck. I didn't find out till my 3rd trip that Florida was the lightning capital. I didn't understand what that was, so I had somebody tell me, they were like, oh yeah, we get the most lightning in America. So if there's lightning here, at the first strike of lightning, every plane is canceled until the last strike, to 15 minutes after the last strike. I was
Oh my
like, so
God.
how do you know the last strike gonna come? You don't. I said, what the? So basically, just everything is just canceled until whenever.
I need y'all a better weather
All right, I'm
system.
back.
We get that Doppler.
And always, never a
Doppler 2
problem,
and
man.
Doppler
Like,
100.
man,
Mm.
just let us know, man, because I know how
I'm
crazy
sorry,
them
but
storms get, man.
I really can't stand.
Just be
And
safe,
anytime
man.
I hear
Keep us
somebody talking
posted
about
on how
Florida, I got to
everything
put that
going.
in. I'm sorry. But once again, no
It's
offense to no one who's from there, lives there, or likes there. That's just my opinion.
It's the dick of America.
And he really
so,
does
yeah.
not like
And you know all
Florida.
that
He's dead
crazy
serious
stuff.
about that.
You know,
Me personally, I
Florida
ain't never had a
man.
problem when I
You
went.
gotta
but
look out for Florida, man.
he did
Florida
not
man
like
be
Florida at
doing
all.
something all the time on the news. Florida man fights alligator over meth.
Florida and Minnesota do have some wild stuff that's happening.
Florida is freaking crazy, man. And I think it's like each part of Florida.
I wonder why. I wonder what it is about
little
those 2
type of
specific
crazy.
areas that
You know what I'm
just seem to
saying?
like just have like the
And I ain't
weirdest
been-
stories happen there.
Ain't been to every part of Florida, but yeah, it's its own type of
It is its own vibe,
But
for
at the
sure.
same time,
For
I'm
sure.
pretty sure if you go out there at the certain spots, you're gonna have fun, but don't get trapped in lightning capital of the country, pretty much.
I didn't know.
Oh man.
Hell no.
Oh,
I did not
let
know
me
that
clear
was
my throat. DJ Cool for y'all. I ain't want to be doing that all in the air because I know I'd be doing that all the time.
And at this point, Tiz is not. I have no idea what goes on at this point of the
All the
podcast
time.
because Tiz was not
You
actually
play back the
there. I had
video
went
and
out to
everything.
get on the phone.
What's wrong with Padawan?
The wife was actually in Florida
He
during
got
that
an iron
storm
lung
as it was
with rust
kicking up.
in
So
it.
I was on the phone with her, making sure she was safe and making sure that she was
yeah.
gonna be able to fly home the next
wrong with
day
it?
and all of that stuff. So
But anyway,
I missed all of this. So I'm hearing this for the first time too, guys.
So I don't know if y'all know, but it's like a Britney Spears like documentary out or something.
Britney
And
Spears still relevant?
it's crazy. Like
She's still making music.
she, because of all that crazy stuff that she's done in the past or whatever, she's like in the stipulation, I guess, with her contract or something where she can't make her own decisions.
Yeah, they got that in that what is
She
that
can't like
conservatorium or
like she can't make her own decisions.
conservationism,
She don't
whatever.
even
It's
have
like,
the choice to have like
I'm
if she
not sure
wanted
the
a
exact
child,
term, but I
she
know it's
don't
somewhere
have
they
the
like,
choice to have a child or
run
whatever.
her life basically.
Like it's
I pray for her, man. I
it's
hope they let
crazy.
her up
Like
out there.
I
It's horrible to have like
like
a moment in your
and
life
now it's like the
that you
fan
live
base
through, make it
now
so
is
that you
like
don't have
saying,
none
you
of your
know,
freedom
free
for the rest of your
Britney,
life.
free
Like
Britney. Everybody saying free
some
Britney
weird
or
shit.
whatever. And contracts, man. I don't know what it is, but I don't know how she even got
Read,
into that contract. But man, she's basically a slave to her contract right now. Or
And they
whatever.
took advantage of her when she was out, when she was going
Certainly
through that
is.
mental
I brought that up
breakdown.
because the fans have been saying free Britney, free Britney. And you
No
know what
doubt,
the
last
universe
call, not a
did?
problem.
The universe freed Bill Cosby on a technicality. So that's what happened.
Yes,
That's
they
what
did.
happened.
Yes, they did.
Bill Cosby is free or whatever. I'm pretty sure they had a party and everybody checked their drinks first and everything. I'm not saying he. I'm not saying
He terrible for that.
I'm a bit torn, okay, because I grew up with the Cosby Show
Yep.
or whatever, and shoot, I was born while the Cosby Show was playing, pretty much, or whatever, and basically when when I look over the evidence or whatever, they actually have him actually admitting to doing that shit
Yes.
or whatever.
Yes, they did.
So in that sense, I feel like he should be punished. The person that messed up was the DA because the way they set up, like
This is the first time again I've
the
heard any part
first
of this conversation
the
in
first
depth.
agreement or compromise or whatever, the way they set it up, it was like a technicality in that the judge had looked at and was like, because of this, we gotta let him go. Pretty much.
Wasn't it something about the
Because
deposition or something he missed? Or
it
something like that they
violated his
use
right
a
to
part
plead
of
the
what he
fifth
said
or
against him that they
whatever.
weren't
That was
allowed
one
to.
thing.
I
And
feel like
I
Max did
believe
that.
the other
He gave the
thing, what
exact
was it?
thing.
The other
Max V
thing
gave the
was
specific thing, but I'm not sure
he
what that was.
he
I
had
can't
to
remember what that
admit
was.
to it, but
I think it was like
he couldn't say
I think
nothing
it was a
about it or
deposition he
whatever.
said, something like that.
Something like that or whatever.
Somebody let me
But
know
something
in the
in
comments.
that
I want to make
technical,
sure
like something in that
I
agreement,
understand
it
too.
was a technicality, and the judges like said
I do know
that
it was
was
something about a technicality with the
like
agreement that they had made.
unconstitutional or something, and they let him go, pretty much,
Yep.
or whatever. So
Back out here
on
pudding
some
popping and making
on
it
some
drop.
on a side note, I would say it's a
Okay,
good thing that
Donnell,
it
where
happened
okay, that
because
is what he said.
that let
Bad,
us
bad,
know
bad.
that these
Thank you.
DAs just can't do whatever they want because they got away with that with a guilty person. They can get away with that with an innocent person if they feel like sticking it to somebody.
That was a good point, Pat.
Pretty much. That was so with that, that's when I'm using that as the way to bring up my next subject or whatever. And like with laws and everything and rules and
Okay.
and things like that, and all these loopholes that we have.
I remember this part.
What was it? The subject that brought me to next time is like with Shakara Robinson, because all right, of course, as we know, she is not in the next round of the Olympics, basically because she didn't pass the marijuana piss test, whatever.
Yeah, I think that's so
And
stupid too.
like, one side is like, all right, if rules are rules, you've been known those rules beforehand, and yeah, whatever. And I mean, I
That is
understand where
true.
she's coming from or whatever. She's going through stuff, but at the same time, like everybody goes through stuff,
This
and
is
you already
true.
knew those rules, or whatever. And if it was anybody else or whatever, they probably say the same thing. whatnot. So that's what I about that. But as more I was like looking into the Olympics or whatever, it's kind of
The
I
Olympics
looked
shady as
more and
hell.
more and was like, man,
That Olympic committee is
there's
shady as
like
hell. Them and the
finding any
NCAA.
old thing to like just band against. It seemed like everything they from you can't have Black Lives Matter up there, t-shirts, or it was like it was something that wasn't even have nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. It was like a black
Yeah, they trying to get her off the
um
podium or something, wasn't it?
a, a black head cap for when you're swimming or
Oh,
whatever. And it wasn't
Like
allowed.
this.
Yeah, exactly like that. And they in the Olympics banned that pretty much or whatever. So it's
the
like,
Olympics be doing too
all
much.
right,
They be doing way
this
too
is
fucking much.
weird. This is weird. So all of this led to my next topic. Is it that rules are just rules and they just mean and all rules are meant to be followed, or are some rules are meant to be broken or whatever? So within that topic, I'm like, what are some rules that y'all feel should never be broken? And when do you feel that rules should be broken? And then my last question is, do morals make rules and laws, or money make rules and laws?
Mm, you want to go first, too?
Hmm?
That's a lot to unpack, but I think I can follow. Let's try. Okay, so first off,
Yeah,
the
it was a
first
lot. My brain was
premise or
trying to
question was, are
process
rules meant to
everything.
be followed or are some rules meant to be broken? I would say that unjust rules should sometimes be broken. That's the only way that the
Indeed.
status quo or that progress can be made toward a better rule or a
Indeed.
better version of said rule or the abolishment of said rule if it's not something that fits into society.
Man, I tell you,
To go
she could be like me down there. Like for me, like y'all know, we done experienced loss in my family recently. I done experienced a lot of loss over the past year, just in my life period. But I think some people are like me where they like, even if you go to therapy, it's hard to sometime in the moment actually like deal with it. Especially if you're in a situation where you got a lot of other stuff going on that needs to be attended. Some people are like me where they compartmentalize, they kind of do whatever they got to do in that moment to keep working and grinding or accomplishing whatever they're trying to accomplish in that moment. And they'll compartmentalize that emotion and then they come back and process it later. So she could have been like that. And especially during this time where she's trying to get ready for the Olympics, I think she might have just been like, for one, I think the way she found out was kind of crazy because it was like in front of the world right there. And you're telling me that my biological mother's passed. Like, I don't think she knew. And then like for two, who do you talk to about that necessarily? Like while you're still going through the rigors and this, what's the quickest thing I could do? I don't have time to go through 6 months of therapy and really process through and deal with this at this second. I need to be ready for this next practice or next race. So I think that might have played into it. But who do you never know, man. I think with trauma, we underestimate how much that really impacts us. Like even people who are like me, who compartmentalize and we think we being tough because we still moving and we still, putting on the game face. But that shit still has an effect on you, your mental, your physical even. So I think it might have just got to her. She was like, what can I do right now? So I ain't gotta even worry about it. And she just hit her one. Was like, word, I ain't got to think about it right now. I'm thinking about something else and got right back to training. And I think it was more one of those type things of like, I need to put this off for this second because I'm doing something. So this is the quickest thing I can do. And it messed her up. You know what I mean? But, I do respect her though. I love the accountability that she showed and the way she like just stood on her square and was like, I did this. It is what it is. That's why I did it. But, I take whatever it is and I'm going to still be there. Y'all ain't going to stop me. She ain't try to make no excuses. She ain't try to quit. She ain't try to run away from it. She just hit it. So I definitely respect that from a young lady that's so young to be able to do that because, yeah,
what I would
integrity is
say
key.
is money does make rules though. If rules were based off just stuff being fair, then morally justice would match what happens legally. But legally, that's not what happened. Legally, it's whatever you have the money and the effort and the resources to prove is what gets litigated and what gets judiciated. So I would say
Now this one of them times where I'm pretty sure just for the flow, my brain made that into a word, but I don't think judiciated is a word. And excuse me for just squeezing that in there, but we're gonna make it a tearism, and if you want to use that, feel free. Judiciated. It basically means, to have a judge give judgment on some form of legal matter that you are a part of. Judiciated, So yeah. Take that and run
it's
with it.
definitely money that makes the laws, that determines how the laws are applied, that kind of
Told y'all
regulates
I'd
the
be late,
laws.
man. My
Like,
brain be
if you think about even
going
what
to
the
mush
police
about
really are
halfway
trying to
through.
do, they really just there to like
Yep, and we
save
just a little way
property. They're there for, like,
past halfway through. So
to
yeah,
protect
my
property.
brain is probably
Security.
on the mush side by now.
Right.
Yeah.
They there to protect property. So like at the end of the day, like it's all about money and resources at the end of the day. So yeah. Face Mobby.
How you feel?
Let's see. Now, I agree that unjust rules should definitely be broken when need be. But I also feel that there are some rules that are classified as just that are in certain situations should be broken. I.e., thou shalt not kill, you shouldn't kill, murder, 187, whatever you want to classify that as, that's definitely something you should never do. But would you kill for your family? Yeah, I would murder you in a heartbeat for my family. I'm willing to break that rule in a certain situation. You feel me? And destitute. You're not supposed to steal. Stealing is against the law. Larceny is a crime. But is a starving mother going to let her kids go hungry, or she's going to go steal a loaf of bread for her kids? You feel me? Like, and certain situations, just rules. It's a necessity for them to be broken. From the crime stopper standpoint, no law should be broken. No rule is unjust because it's put there for a certain reason.
Yeah.
But are the reasons still applicable to the times?
That's a good point. Because we do got some outdated laws on the book that ain't got nothing to do with nothing that we do today at all. Like the stuff they talk about in the law don't even apply to our current life.
And
that's a good point.
But we still go to day to day acknowledging these same rules. You can go to jail in certain cities for jaywalking. Nigga, what?
That's crazy.
Did you just roll up on me and give me a ticket for my shoes? For me walking? You need to talk about it here. You need to tell me be careful. Be more careful next time.
Indeed.
Do that. Serve and protect. Don't meet a quota. But that's a different conversation. But if I'm like certain rules need to be broke. I'm trying to cross the street. Ain't nothing coming. I'm right here. You mean you want me to walk all the way down into the crosswalk? For real?
That's dumb as hell.
My house is right here across the street. I walked all the way up the block right here, and I just happened in my house across the street. I need to cross right here. But you feel jaywalking.
Yeah.
So it's a necessity to break some just laws. Now, unjust laws, do away with them. Now, what makes laws?
Hey, y'all, I'm about to grab me a water. Y'all want one? Y'all want
depends
anything?
on
y'all good?
Where you're at. But on the larger scale,
I'll bring y'all water too.
Because money moves mountains. You feel me? Money moves the world. It's sad to say that, but money makes things happen. Just look at one of the largest corporations in America, Walmart. Their company is so big and they give so much money to the government, their company is allowed to do and set certain rules that the state and federal don't. You feel me? So their company stands outside of certain rules just because of revenue. The amount of revenue they give to the country.
Cheers, everybody.
That's crazy.
It's a here and there thing. You feel me? Like, but you really don't know that until you
tank away with a little juice. I think I actually might have that somewhere in this house too.
You feel me? Like you only
I got you, King.
Experience inside that knowledge. You feel me? So
Salud.
You know about certain rules and the application.
I wish I still had some more of that damn cake left. I'd give y'all some of that, man. That damn cake was fucking amazing.
That rule don't make
Oh
no damn
man.
sense. But other hand, you're like, yeah, I see why they put it there. So to look at a rule and break it down and say, is it just or is it right to have that? It all depends on also the stance you have on in authority. If you're the rule maker or the rule enforcer, you feel me? So the rules are the rules. But if you're the person the rules are being enforced on,
That's
you're
real
like, man,
too.
that shit don't make no sense. Why do I really need to do?
That's
Why do I
real
really
too.
need to do
Depends on
that?
how the rule benefits you
I can do
or
this, definitely I can do that. You
affects
feel me?
you
So
is how you kind
it
of
all
see it.
depends
That's
on
real.
the stance and situation you're in that current stance.
Because you know
But
it
if we're
is
talking
as
about on a
humans
larger
we do
scale,
that a lot. I know I've done it myself. We apply rules depending on
no face, you
differently
know how I feel
depending
about a lot
on
of shit.
our position in that rule.
It is what it is. Things that I need to abide by, I abide by. Things I don't, I won't. But I teach and raise mine to do what is correct. You feel me? I teach and raise mine to do differently than the father does because their father does what their father does. What I want better for mine. So I teach mine differently than I do. But I'm just at this point with rules and laws and stuff like I wish that there'll be a revamp on a lot of stuff because, like I said, like we're living by olden rules and olden times. We're still talking about old shit, but no one wants to take a relook at it. We champion our old rules and standards, but every day, like we see them violated in the media, and nothing to say about that. We just had a president who just violated everything like a president is supposed to be held to do and govern himself by. And that was
That's
allowed.
real as
And people
hell.
are mad now that he's not backing off.
I've changed my
Rules and
position
laws.
or modified
Rules and
or
laws.
evolved my
It all
position
depends
on a
on
lot
what
of
stance you're
things.
in. I mean, on that side, he didn't do nothing wrong. He's outstanding. On this side, do you really see what the fuck he's doing?
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, that's my opinion.
True.
Big facts.
I feel like on this subject, one, it really is no rules. It's only regulations and stipulations to put on a society. Like if you gain and acquire enough money and power, do you really have any rules and laws that you have to abide by? Especially if all the rules and laws is really made to protect money and people who make money for the government that makes the laws or whatever. So yeah, I mean, in a sense, every rule can be every rule can be broken. The only thing that could like, of course, I feel like the rules that shouldn't be broken is, protect all women and children, from harm and predators.
That shouldn't be a universal law.
Just like Faith said, thou shalt not kill. You
Indeed.
pay your debts. Don't steal from no one.
Yep.
The normal golden rules. You treat people as you want to be treated.
That's
what I'm
it.
saying?
That's it, man. That's it.
Even though sometimes you need to treat people how they are treating you. You know what I'm saying? To correct those. But really
That is a
in
thing
this
too.
Society, if we want to look at it at a moral standpoint, if you're a Christian, look at your Christian values. If you're Muslim, look at your Muslim values. If if Buddhist, whatever. But if you looking at the core values of what is supposed to be good and morale, there is no such thing
and
as
moral
rules and laws.
Yeah.
For real in
we
this
be turning
society,
words up on our show,
especially when if you have enough money and power.
I promise y'all, we know how words work.
You can do
I promise y'all
whatever
we do.
sick thing you want and get away with it.
Yeah.
As long as it's not any social media around.
That's real.
And for a good long time.
Sad but real.
For a good long time. I mean, for a very long time, that has been true. I mean, we can go from the first laws and rules that was ever made.
What y'all got going on?
Code of Hammurabi, or if you're
right there,
an Egyptian.
Well, no, I don't see
all
your
those
face
rules
enough.
and laws was made to control the people, so they can have them do what they need to do, or whatever. It's the same thing today. Like no one in power is really thinking of it's the good of the country. If they thinking the good of the country, if they make the
It's an
country look
incentive for them
good,
too.
yeah, it's an ego thing. I'm the one that made the country look good. I'm the one that did this. We rose. We have brought unemployment down. This is my other bragging right. This, that, and the third.
Yeah.
Nobody really cares.
Pat,
And I
man, if
mean,
you
the
watch
common
this
man,
back,
I
man,
can't
you
really
be preaching,
blame the
bro. I
common
ain't
man
mad
for
at
not
you there,
caring
young
because we
homie.
already like you
I'm
kids,
nosing.
you
I
have
am
a
nosing.
family, face as a family. The main
all
concern
down
to
there in
y'all
the
is your
chat,
family.
just getting up,
Anything
seeing what y'all
outside of
getting up
that
to. I
is
know.
no concern to y'all for real. And
Just
that's
come in.
it.
What y'all doing over here?
So
I
my
know.
thing for that is like you make your own rules. It's all perception. You get what I'm saying? Like it's
Oh
all
man,
perception. If you
I
think
do that to my
like
son all the time too. Just
think
bust up in his
about
room. What you doing in here? What's going on? What you doing?
You have the
think
choice
think
to
Don't
accept
want nothing.
or
Just
reject
want to know
anything
just
that
to
you
know.
wish. You can allow something to exist in your realm, or you cannot.
and I realize that because a lot of powerful people with companies or whatever, a lot of that money might have came from some unscrupulous deeds or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
And all they
bootlegging,
did is just chopped at us as
running, gun
this is a
running,
bad thing,
selling them drugs,
but that's my sacrifice.
illegal takeovers,
That's
Nazi
for this.
ties, all that stuff, man.
Bootlegging.
This country is made off
They're
corruption.
racketeering.
Back in the day, yeah.
And they look at it as, hey, this is my sacrifice. I'm sacrificing my morals so I can get to this point. And at this point, look what I got. Generational wealth for my family.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ain't no rules, man.
Let us
Ain't
try
no
it.
laws. I'm not telling people to
We
go
all
out here,
in
but
jail
they
or
can do
dead.
whatever the heck y'all want at gunpoint in Florida. I'm not telling y'all to do that at all. I'm not telling y'all to put pills and stuff in people's drinks because you got money. I'm not telling y'all to do that. I'm just
Minnesota,
telling y'all to
Florida,
watch.
y'all don't do nothing else. Y'all have done enough.
I mean, after Minnesota and the Postmates, I don't know what to.
It's starting to go downhill after this. I'm gonna tell y'all guys. It's about to go downhill in a minute. I'm telling y'all. This is when it starts.
Oh my god!
I don't know exactly the timestamp of when this is about to start, but I do remember that this was kind of the beginning of the end as far as us talking any coherent sense. So I would just go ahead and do this. Face is not the reason that this is about to happen, but this is the only disclaimer we got. So
I got the good stuff for you.
So yeah.
Don't
Y'all
you?
know what I'm
Just
talking
if you
about.
know, if you
check
happen
our
to be at
lives.
work,
Sounding
our
like
lives.
Bobby Generic.
conversation is about to go a little weird and get a little left, and gonna be a lot of blue humor and us really talking some dumb locker room shit.
Before
So
we get to anything else,
just so y'all
I
know,
just want to put something else.
it's gonna happen.
One
It's not
thing
just yet, but it's gonna. Y'all will see.
I hate
Y'all will see. Y'all gonna find out why.
is how you really
This
can't
episode
go
is called what it
nowhere
is.
if you got an animal.
Oh yeah, it's after this conversation.
No.
I may have to do the disclaimer again for people who may be
it
watching on the
really is
replay, so
because,
they know.
I mean,
But yeah, if you at
I'm
work,
gonna
don't
get on
have
some
put some
Karen
headphones in.
I'm sorry.
Cause shit go. Oh no, it's not
It's
Bates' fault this
discrimination.
time, Donnell. It's my fault.
I mean, hey,
It's all
they're
Tia's
our little
fault. I just
baby.
don't have a Tia's disclaimer
They should
yet.
be
I'm gonna have to get
go
Pat to make me
everywhere
one.
too if they're trained.
But
you know,
it went.
they're on a leash.
It went off the rails.
Why
man.
can't
We
I
was
bring him in
here.
certain places?
Yeah.
I don't want to take that nigga
Because
no
most
motion
people
places.
ain't allergic to
It was a
humans.
lot of 12-year-old,
But they are
13-year-old
allergic to
humor.
dogs or cats.
So pray
I
for
don't
us.
know about you. I'm allergic to some humans, man. I've been coughing and sneezing right around some people. Get it away from me.
I'm just saying.
Some humans can make you look, yeah.
Making me itch
Man,
and
you
stuff.
want the realest answer, and this is
You
gonna
gonna
make
see.
Peter mad. It's
You
gonna make
gonna
a lot
see.
of people mad, man. At the end of the day, as a general rule of thumb, and
You'll know when it
human
turns.
society,
Trust
not
me.
necessarily
You will
in,
know when it
specific
turns.
countries and stuff like that, but like as humans,
It's not that
we
bad.
don't
It's
give a shit
just
about animals.
wrong
We give a
shit.
shit
Nah,
about them just as
Silly
much as they
and
abuse
just
us
dumb
and make
shit.
us happy.
So if
But
y'all don't
they
like
are
dumb
an
stuff,
inconvenience in
the-
any
the-
way, we will remove
the
that
intelligent
inconvenience
conversation
and push
portion
it,
of the
but they're not
podcast
human.
is coming
So we don't have that same
to an
connection
end
to
at
it.
the
Some
end of this
people do.
conversation on
Again,
animals.
this is a broad
Just
sweep,
so y'all know.
but we move that goalpost of how much we give a damn about an animal very liberally, depending on what the situation is. We love animals. When Bambi mama died, but our ass will fuck up Bambi's cousins and other woodland friends on Thanksgiving and not think another.
I love some
damn
good
minute
venison.
about it.
I love some venison. I
damn,
sure will.
Y'all got some more?
Sure will, with some greens
Like-
and some yam,
I mean, like
some of that good cornbread. Oh man, good
Yeah.
time
I don't
had
know,
by
man.
all.
I don't know. You get some
I
white
don't know
folks
if it's
crying
Bambi
over
or
a
his mama,
police
but
dog
one of
and
them there,
shit, that
they
makes
good.
first page.
Yes, they do. Like again,
I misread.
they
I'm
will
joking.
do that as they eat a bison burger
Yeah.
on their plate.
As you could tell, I was missing
Again,
red meat a
we
lot. Like, I'm
selective
no longer
about
allowed to have
animals,
red
so
meat,
it's
so
like
I be
we
having
cool with
visions
animals
of
with pets.
burgers and
But you
steaks
also-
Pet
dancing
cat
but
around
they
in my
also
head.
don't- They also don't let pets just in any type of restaurant or any type, like some places just ain't gonna let you in there unless they're a service dog. We cool with them, but as far as it's not inconvenient, once it becomes inconvenient, okay, you're not human.
That's right.
You
If
know what
it's
you could do,
our
Faith?
particular
You know
pet,
what you
we
could do?
love the dog. If
If
it's
it
some
is a
random
service
dog that
dog,
keep just fishing
You
around
can
our
do
house,
your
get away from
best
here.
Ray or
Until we get
Stevie
lazy
Wonder
and don't want to
impression.
buy a
Get one
dog
of
for the
them
kids,
chalk
then
ass
we
glasses
come here,
Get one
little
of them,
and just
like
walk
we
around
the
with
guy- the
don't really
guy
care about
sticks.
animals. Animals just another accessory to us.
I'm trying to get to be a service dog. I'm trying to get them trained. So I, can
I
take
think
them
you should
everywhere.
do it. I think you should
Bison
do it
in
and record it.
Oxburg, man.
I
Oh
think you should
man,
do it and record it. Let's see
good
what happens.
times.
Register them as
Damn
what
good
is them,
times, man.
emotional support.
Cooked medium.
Yeah, that works.
I had one.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
He's
that
getting
goes
me,
right
he's
down the
getting me
line.
through my pandemic trauma.
We found one rule that Face is willing to break.
There you go.
One rule.
Oh yeah,
One
Face
law.
love his dog. They love that dog to death. If you ever be listening to our live show or the podcast and you hear like a little tap 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 in the background, that's KJ Face's dog tail hitting the table
We'll break the
as
rules
he
and the
sits with that
laws for
Face's
KJ.
feet. So
when that nigga said, "I'm
random
going
fact,
Karen on it," I
random
was like,
partners fact.
He mean that. He mean that shit. Oh man, he done clutched his pearls. Oh shit. oh my.
I am appalled.
I may do this again when the
These
video drop because some of these the visuals are
Only reason I ain't
the
take him
nonsense.
everywhere when I was out of town because I ain't want to have no issues out of town. But in town, he going everywhere, yo. Like every store he going.
He not lying.
Dollar store, Walmart, like it don't matter.
He
He's
is
at the
not
store
lying.
walking around on the chain. He don't bark, he don't move.
That's like his fourth child.
Who that with that dog? Oh, that's just Face with the dog. We all
Right.
know.
That's all it is.
When you live in certain areas, that should be allowed. Like you pull that shit off some of these Walmarts down here, they gonna let you know that you and your dog get the hell out.
Sir. Here at the Buckhead Walmart.
You go to the West End Walmart. Hey, Shaw, you can't have that dog in here, Shaw. Hey, Shaw, you can't have that dog in here, man. You gotta get that dog about it, man.
Is that Walmart in
That
Buckhead?
dog gotta go, man. I don't know, man.
That dog about it, man.
That dog gotta go,
Hey,
Shaw.
Shaw, you gotta get that dog about it, man. I don't care. Hey, man, I hear you.
Does he
You
push the
did the
shoulder?
you did the hand
Well, he don't
wave.
have no
Support
baby,
that shit about
but
it,
he
man.
does
About it,
pretty
man.
much like he does
You
everything
did
with the
the hand
dog.
wave
Literally,
perfect,
like
Chiz. You did the
he be playing with the kids with the
hand
dog.
wave
He be
perfect,
hanging out by
dog.
himself with the
Man,
dog. He
hey,
go to
Shaw.
the store with the
Hey,
dog.
you
He
gotta
come
get-
home with the
hey.
dog. He walk with the dog. He talk with the dog. He
It's a
smoke with the
lovely
dog.
man,
He
Shaw.
like the dog is like
You
his
might
right
get in the
hand.
flea
Like,
market. But I
like
don't
they,
know
if you
about.
see one, you
Oh, yeah, you
usually
might
see
get
the
it.
other one somewhere else.
Yeah,
The
green
flea,
bar.
they might
He love
try
that
to
dog.
see if you want to fight that dog while you're in there.
Yep.
Yeah, so you might not want to bring that in the flea market.
Hey man, you know we.
Oh, you from Virginia? Oh, Michael.
Man, we take some bets in the back, man. Come on, man.
You from Virginia,
here,
man? You know
go
Vic.
$2 $, man.
No offense to Vic at all. You know they.
The dog fight against the law, y'all.
Does he put
So don't do that. And I tell you what,
Yeah.
No.
I tell you what,
Somebody
that's
called
against the law,
going
y'all.
Although the
outside
dog is a
weekend, we having
baby,
a
so it
dog.
would be apropos.
I don't know what he just said.
What you say, Faye?
I said somebody called the cops on me this weekend when I was going out of town just for having a dog.
That really happened.
Oh, well, that's a
Faith
That
was
was-
at a restaurant. They
that
called
was
the dog
Karen.
and talking about he was
Yeah,
trying to sell dogs.
yeah.
But it was
Yeah.
his dog.
There's your
Why you want to
pet.
sell his pet?
Oh, he has a dog out of town. Oh,
Damn, Karens be on it, boy.
We'll put an end to this here. 911.
And he had a curly mustache.
I knew he was up to no good.
Some of y'all
He
gonna
said-
get that joke, but basically, a few weeks back on the episode, Face popped up out of nowhere, and we were talking about him having like him looking like a villain off of one of the old timey cartoons. So he gonna have a curled up mustache. So if you ever seen a villain on an old cartoon, they got a curled up mustache on them little curly cute mustaches, like you'll get all of the jokes that go around it. But yeah, that's the behind the
Yeah,
scenes
older than
why
that.
we're even saying that
What?
stuff.
I'm gonna grow that shit.
Oh man.
Basically.
He called me a rat fink.
You said that he was gonna tie me to a railroad.
Right. He ran off with a top hat and a round
This is where the
bomb
inside
with a
jokes go.
fuse.
Just
Just chuckling to himself.
So how did he
funny
laugh?
to us. It's
Oh,
funny
like
to
ha
us.
ha ha ha. No.
And
Like-
as I dialed the police, he told his henchman to cheese it, the fuzz.
And I don't like cheese on my I don't like fuzz on my cheese.
Oh, that means
Oh, it's gonna be somebody in the
Look,
comments.
that-
Somebody
I
I
know
know
like,
it's
"Man, this
already
shit
mold,
corny."
but
It is funny to us. So
I was lactose intolerant.
called him a rat fiend. Oh, when I release the
That's
video
fun, man.
version of this Monday or Tuesday, I'm gonna do another one of these so we can pull up and laugh at the dumb faces
social
I'm making
faces,
together.
man law.
And you know we're gonna drop the video clips on before
Oh
we
my
drop the
God,
full
hold
video,
on.
so you will see some of this.
All right, fellas, this week gonna face his man law.
Oh no, we actually did the man laws too first. Oh, we made it. Oh, we did good. I thought it was a lot more time that we spent on the dumbness of this episode, but no, we actually was kind of focused.
I'm probably gonna use that one.
All right, fellas. This week with the man laws. I got
Yeah, I
four
didn't cut
quick
that
ones
much
real
this
quick.
week, man. I kind of let a lot of stuff just rock
Number
out.
one, knowing to shut your mouth and move on.
Know
Yeah,
your
that's
role
what
and
I
shut your damn mouth.
Yeah, man. A lot of times
That's a good one right there for me. We be all in everybody else's lane sometimes. Like sometimes just
it's best.
know
And
what
know
you
when
do,
to shut
know
your
what
mouth
your job is, and
And
just
just move on, man.
handle
Ain't
your
nothing wrong with
business.
that.
Yep.
Hey, just keep it pushing. That's all.
Indeed.
Everything ain't for
Don't
everybody.
write, don't check your ass, can't catch. Just listen quick to the point.
Them wolf tickets
I'm
will
so good at that.
will get cashed and checked by somebody.
You
Amen.
so good at that.
And amen.
That's part of my job, man. You know what? I'm gonna just let you talk. I'm gonna shut up. Cause you're gonna get off my goddamn phone. Yeah.
And
Pat got work PTSD.
Survival tactic.
That's it.
Number two, know how to not overcommit in situations.
I need to learn that.
Too many
That's
times
big
you try to put your all in and your all is not needed. Know when to give your all and when not to. You know,
In the
when
NBA,
to
they
be-
call it load management.
There you go. There you go.
True.
Straight to the point. Load management. Know how to manage your load.
Yo, you know I'm immature as fuck, man. You can't say those bullshit. Oh,
yes,
nigga.
work PTSD. That
Pat,
nigga
what
saying
the
manage
hell?
your load.
Know how to manage your load.
Oh man. I'm
Hey,
so,
y'all smoking out here taking a shit.
oh man.
On
I'm
another man
definitely
law,
an
wipe
adolescent
your
at
ass.
heart. This shit that I laugh at.
Wipe your ass. Wipe your ass.
Number three, know how to deflect temptation.
Ping, ping, ping. That was me. That was me doing my superhero
Don't get
blocks.
caught up.
Ping,
Don't
ping,
get
ping, ping, ping,
It's
ping.
always when you're doing right, the temptation wants to tempt his way in.
Yeah.
Don't even entertain it. You feel me?
Derek Jackson,
Don't
listen to
give it a
this.
second thought.
Derek Jackson, listen to this.
Always revel in the thought of what you have.
Big facts. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush.
There you go.
I need to stop giving them second thoughts.
I think I said that. I really don't know if I got that.
I think I've been
correct.
giving them like three
But
or four thoughts.
It felt right when I
couple
said
of tens. Then but I don't do it. I don't do it. Y'all. But I give them some thoughts.
Them thoughts is the problem. That's the problem now. But
you're right. You're right.
Damn.
I like to give a shout out to Megan Nees.
What? Don't know why he even said that. Don't know what it had to do with anything, but it made me laugh. Megan's knees, though. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. What
they sacrifice every video. They sacrifice every video.
This is true, though. Body, yaddy, 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 yaddy.
Deflect that temptation, y'all.
If y'all ever wondered how we act off of camera or in real life, this is how we really act, y'all. This is really us. And amen. I mean that. Stay goofy, Rodney. Just have. We don't know what Pat was talking about down there. We don't know. At this point, it's like pushing midnight, and at this point.
You feel me? Don't be too prideful.
It was some direction to the conversation, but it was just kind of like we was just acting stupid, and we just were like, "Hey, somebody else might enjoy it.
Indeed.
Let them come on, rock out with us."
Pride,
we don't know what
to walk with confidence.
Yeah,
you feel me? Some people see that.
You can always. It's a point in every show. If you listen to every show, there's a point. It's like a line of demarcation between where we start and we be like own it, and we be focused, and the conversation be on point, and we be firing, and then it just kind of goes somewhere. And we we've been friends for so long. We forget. We be 30 minutes into a conversation that ain't got nothing to do about nothing.
It's true.
Before we realize, oh yeah, we were supposed to be talking about the topic, weren't we?
You keep getting so much negative around.
This is what you get with the Podnas, man.
You got to be confident and walk.
We us.
So to have that positive, you can have that positive success. You know what I mean? That's my fault, man. Face man lost this week. Man lost.
That's right. Walk tall, walk hard. Wait. That's
okay.
Okay.
Okay. This is not Face's fault. This is not a Face video, but it's the only disclaimer I have. So if you're watching this on replay and you had the volume turned up at work and they cool with certain stuff, you might not want the rest of this conversation yelled or blared across your workspace. Or if you have small children that may not be used to hearing strong language, this may be the part where you want to kind of slide them on out of there. But yeah. That damn smile at the end gets me every time.
That was hilarious.
It goes off the rails here. If you don't like dumb, corny, weird humor, this could be the time where you want to go. I remember back in high school when they used to call you to the board all of a sudden and you be staring at the girl butt for like 30 minutes in seventh period, and then you realize, oh, I got to get up and go to the board. I'm going to tell you, this came from a real story. This really happened to me. I think I was 14 and I was in the 10th grade. And it was early in the 10th grade, it was first semester. And I believe I was in geometry, maybe. Yeah, I believe that was what. Yeah. And so basically, there was a senior young lady, and I thought she was very attractive. And she was, kind of had on some
jeans that allowed some butt cleavage to be showing, and I then got called up to the board to complete some type of problem on the Pythagorean theorem, and I was hard as Chinese arithmetic. So that is where the origination of this story came from.
My shit rock hard, need Levi.
Yeah, you gotta
That
like
really
you gotta
happened.
do like
I
a.
was walking hard.
It gets weird.
I had to perfect the art of walking of like writing on the board with one arm and your other hand, you know, hold it in. Try to look cool while
Yeah,
you're
I
doing
did
it.
some
to know what I
nasty shit.
respect.
Thank God ain't nobody never pull up my shirt or nothing, man. I used to take my whole Johnson and take it up and just
Put it up over the
put it up
over
in
the
my
belt.
belly, so it just be sitting up in my
I got an
my
Audi. I got an Audi, not an Eddie.
And you know, back then though, the good part was, you know, grew up in the 90s, so like clothes was big. So like I have on a big sweatshirt or something.
Puberty was real, man. I tell you that.
Thank God ain't no girl that would just come and try to be playful. Let me see your belly button. Oh, you're gonna see a lot of dick.
It gets worse. It gets worse. It gets worse. Hey, see, Rodney, you understand. You understand. You've been there. See, I'm telling you, every guy's been there at some point between the ages of 10 and 15, man. When it's just whew, not going on, man. Strong breeze changed your whole day at school.
One freaked out in the back of the English class.
Darnell, I told you.
Ain't no belly button, bitch. That dick.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm editing that out. I just drew.
I did not edit it out, and I ain't gonna edit it out the video either. Y'all gonna actually see me. I was laughing so hard, I was drooling on this one, man.
Stay
This shit,
off of one of Pat's clips.
It went completely off the rails, y'all. It went off the rails, man. It went off the rails.
My ass on there more than JaVale McGee.
Today's highlights.
Oh man. I be really trying to stay off Pat's little quick clips that he be dropping, yo. I feel like that's like
how we got here.
Oh man. The stuff you go through, man. You know, young man in these streets, man. You know, you try not to scare the teacher, you know. But hey, man.
So what's the answer here? Yeah.
Oh, it gets worse with the visuals, Darnell. Yeah. Darnell, Monday or Tuesday when this drop, man, you are going to die, man. I might drop just this segment
sometime in the hallway, yo.
But yeah,
the hate make a hug from far away.
I'm trying to get
a little one-arm church hug to the side, like, yeah, what's up? You
Come embrace this love.
You don't wanna just press it up against her.
Dick me all up in the girl titties. Hey, come here, give me the hug, girl.
Damn right.
These were legitimate fears I had as a 14-year-old dude walking through high school, man. Like, yo, I don't want to, I don't want her to be like, oh, whoa, what's that? Hey.
Oh,
what is that? No, that's just my belt buckle.
Belt buckle. Girl, that's this dick.
Why is it pulling like that? You know how the jean pants.
Mama, I'm sorry. I know you love this episode. I'm so sorry, Mama.
But yeah, that's all that is. It's just the jeans. They were like the way they folded.
I needed to laugh.
Now, the story of how we got here, it came from a real place of like an actual situation that happened in high school for me. And that phrase, that was actually a response I gave to a young lady. I believe this was in the 12th grade. and we were at a, back in the day, they used to have little like teen parties or whatever that you could go to. And, basically it was like the teen club. They ain't had liquor. They had like juice and water, but it basically be like a club for teenagers or whatever. So, we was back in the day grinding or whatever. The girl turned around. I was like, oh, what's that? I looked at her and I was like, this. Pray for me. This was when I was much younger. Obviously, I was, I was like, what, 15, 16, maybe 17 at this time. So I was very much a lot, even more immature than I am now. And yeah, pray for me. But this all stuff all comes from a very real place, man. Not necessarily proud of it all, but it's all happened.
Man, that is hilarious.
Oh,
to
man.
me.
Oh my
who
God.
was that
Join the
comedian
Partners
that
next
used to
time.
be- Right.
Ain't no belt buckle.
For this dick. I'm just pause. I don't know, man. This shit funny to me though, man. That comedian that used to do that, man. This
Oh,
funny
man.
to me.
If y'all couldn't tell, man, I don't know if anybody else gonna ever enjoy this episode,
Oh,
but we had a ball recording. Like
I don't know
Paul,
how.
man.
Where did
this shit right? This
what
shit
we
right
talking
itself.
I
Yeah,
don't
man,
know.
we
but
were
we
acting
got it
a hot
recorded, so we can
fool
always go back.
this whole episode.
Yo, talking about somebody about to be
Oh,
dying
man.
laughing.
This
when
might be the one I
wish
drop
we
on the
did.
anniversary.
Dang,
I think it was either last
This
call or
has been
Black and
amazing.
I just like drop it.
I don't know. I
Drop our joke.
gonna have to roll up
Unedited vid for the non-Patreon and non-Buy Me a Coffee people one
Oh my
day
God.
just to do. So I think I might
my
do this.
God.
Like
This
Kendrick Lamar back in
behind the
high
scenes,
school.
man. This was
Girl,
all over
I
the
know you
place, man.
want
It was
this
crazy.
dick.
I don't know 100% that
man.
I'm with you, but I definitely do kind of. I definitely get where you're
Oh,
going with
man.
that. It was something different back then about that connection.
Money
you felt
trees,
as a
money
part.
trees.
I get you, Don. I understand. Yeah, the stuff growing up.
Get these gray sweatpants.
I'm glad I have on my headphones.
Oh, man.
Little Tiz is
Yo,
walking
Oh,
around
man.
down here
Funny time,
foraging
bro.
for a
That
snack
shit
right
used to be
now.
funny as hell, bro.
So I'm glad you don't.
Girl told me that gray sweatpants and joggers are like
Woo,
male
boy, the
lingerie.
stuff he gonna question me about when he get older, man.
Nah,
for women.
them in pajama pants. Yo, my wife won't let me go nowhere with them shits on.
This is true.
It
This is a
ain't- it
real
ain't no- it
argument
ain't no
that I
just
had with my
swinging
wife.
the
Like I
Walmart.
had these
No,
Broncos
nigga.
pajama pants, and we went on a family walk, and I'm out there
I go
chilling,
get some
thinking everything
juice.
great. And she was like, "Oh no,
She already knows about to be
it's too
going
much going
down.
on in them pants."
Must be on fucking
The
register
stuff that you don't
13.
even think about as a guy when you just walk around, you
Lady
just got on
there
clothes
sitting
and
there
stuff
staring
that
at this dick.
women nastier than us out here, guys. I'm telling y'all, because my wife was thinking about that, and I hadn't even thought about that.
Sweatpants is off
And
limits
now I'm
going
banned from
anywhere
wearing certain
outside of
clothing
the
items out,
neighborhood. Like I
out of
can
the
wear them
house.
to like work, and the only reason I
And
can
only
wear 'em
special
there is,
type
like,
of
you know,
sweats
'cause
to
it's,
work. It got to
you
be
know,
like
physical
specific athletic ones, and they
athletic
gotta
environment. So she like it makes sense.
they gotta be
But to
certain
just be
material
going
and everything. Like
casually, just hanging
it's
out. Oh,
this
shit.
is really a thing I got in trouble for
Shit,
in my
man.
house and didn't even know I was supposed to be in trouble for it.
Better come on, put these dungarees on. Come on, put these dungarees on. Put these
Dungarees,
chinos on.
them chinos, baby. I'm gagging.
This how the girl
Put
got
some
me.
slacks on.
This is how the girl got me. She was like, "You look like the type that just
All right, hold on
going
one
out
second,
with
y'all.
male
Little
lingerie."
Tiz
I'm like,
needs some
"What the hell you
assistance
mean
real
with
quick.
male lingerie? I'm not out here in my drawers." I'm thinking
She
she's
said
talking
you
about
walk
I'm like
around
out
with
here
your ass out.
wearing my drawers. I'm like, I ain't that. This
I'm
is
thinking,
not Prince.
like, so, yeah. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, this is no.
What
I
did
ain't
you have
doing
on?
that. I'm like, what do you mean? No, you do that. I'm like, all I'm wearing is some sweatpants
I'm
and
back.
joggers. Like, that's exactly what I'm talking
She
about.
say you got on the male equivalent of boy shorts.
Well, I didn't know, and I love women.
The
in
stuff
boy
you
shorts.
man, when I tell y'all, man, the stuff I have learned
I
about,
didn't know.
man.
She said them shits is like sundresses, nigga.
Oh my god, and I love sundresses on women.
You terrible. A Charles Barkley voice. Terrible.
Yeah, man.
No, we don't do that, man.
But sometime around the house, man, like I have an alternative, you know, something I can wear, but I just throw on the sweatpants just so the wife can see them.
Fellas, I'm telling you, your wife be checking you out like you be checking them out, man. Walk around, man.
You know?
I'm telling you, man, you gotta do that for your wife sometime, man. Let her know. Like, hey.
Fuck.
This week on episode 34, Tiz gives.
And that actually happened.
The dick clip.
This is a new thing.
Sometime around the house, man.
a new
like
word
I
I'm
have an
a
alternative
copyright.
You know, something I can wear, but I just throw on.
Ladies, y'all got something y'all can call
the
it now.
sweatpants just so the wife can see the the dick cleavage. You know,
Wives out
Real
there,
little peak.
you can call that with your husband.
Let's
yeah.
see how we hanging today. You know.
Grandma was checking out the goods, man. That's how y'all got here.
This week on episode
That's how
34,
you got here.
Tiz gives more marital advice
Dick cleavage.
to keep the
I'm
spice
telling you,
going.
man. I'm telling you, it works, fellas.
Wife walk past you sometime with the TikTok leg is on or something to show the cuff.
Same way they be catching our eye, you can catch theirs, man. You know, let them know.
Let her see
Remind
your
them.
privilege. You know what I mean? Just walk real slow past, like let it be one evening with like the TV on.
See, this my husband tip right here. Y'all can use this, fellas, for your wife. Just I'm telling you, it works.
In the living room or something, and it's dark though. So you can see the silhouette, and you just walk on across, and just kind of
Get up to get the popcorn real quick and walk back a little.
Sometimes you gotta do that for your wife, man. Let her get her looks in.
They like our silhouette challenge too,
Sometimes
fellas.
you can't control it because it'd be morning time. You know what I'm saying?
It's morning time.
And that's exactly how it be. With that same voice. It's morning time.
Y'all remember that commercial on BT?
And you got to walk around,
Ritz on me.
stuff like that. Go use the bathroom. And all that
Morning time ain't about no looking. It's time to get the action morning.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah, that's the time right there. Too much
A
blood
good
in the
before
morning.
work pep talk
Can't fight all that. We got to just go ahead.
can change your whole outlook on your day, people. It works. It works.
Had me out here in these streets.
You'll notice I'm a lot more
My
sensitive
shit
right
all
now.
tucked up.
I have a little
Clothes
guy
a little tighter now.
that
I
looks a
can't be
lot
walking
like
around.
me, staring at me, and
Got your
looking
flashlight
over
right
here.
there,
So.
sir. What is that?
Walking around looking like a dang octopus flying around.
Then I gotta come back home and explain why I ain't got no groceries.
Hey, tell your
What happened to
story,
you when
Ron.
I
It's
got kicked
okay,
out of
man.
Walmart? Why?
We can be
Walk around with
we
this
can we
dick.
don't deserve to be objectified either. That's right. Protect black men.
What you mean to you? None of
Protect
this
black
shit.
men.
I am turned up.
I'm here for you, bro. We're gonna start a support group.
So damn it, y'all gonna deal with this shit. I'm gonna have to do this or something, but
Men who've been
I
objectified.
turned around and I knocked all the cans down.
I'm
And
gonna have to leave.
especially by their wives.
I'm gonna have to leave at least one of these dicks in there.
I left them all in there.
Leave one of the dicks in there.
I figured, why not, man? Y'all know us enough by now. Y'all
know
know us. The
in
good,
the
the bad,
bed
and the
about to cut
ugly.
to something
We're gonna
else.
be us tomorrow.
Hey, how you doing, everybody?
Plus, I genuinely thought this was funny.
Go back.
I enjoyed myself. I was
Sure
dying
one of
laughing.
them
When I
be
tell
like
you, my
some
I was
house
crying
parties
laughing.
up running
Oh,
or something,
man.
do some funny shit.
And I had just got bad news right before we recorded, and oh man,
or like
bro, this was
something
amazing. I was
in
dying
that shape,
laughing.
like a cactus swaying in the breeze or some shit. You know.
Random missile launch.
Yeah, you know, I feel. You feel.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
man. Yeah, man. This is gonna be a fun episode here, buddy. But yeah, man.
I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
I reckon that's about as good a place as any to end this week's show. So, I don't have no black business after that.
I mean
don't even feel comfortable talking black
solidarity
business after
now,
this show.
solidarity now, okay.
I know what I want to call
I
this
mean
episode.
that solidarity now, bro. We don't deserve to be objectified.
Just wait
because we like wearing certain outfits.
Yeah, I don't know how that's.
They make us feel good. That's not. You ain't lying, bro. And you terrible. That type of that type of
that's good
nonsense will not be tolerated on this page.
Yeah.
Hey, excuse me. Hold on one second, guys.
Shit, man. This been a hell of an episode here this week, guys. Episode 34. We did another one in the book. The Shaq episode when he went to the lake.
Cool, the sun ever.
Trey Foe.
Yeah, man, the Dick Trey Foden. You know, as
Yo,
always,
and they comfortable. They
support
be the
us
most. I don't know what it is, but
please
with the black
feel
ones,
free to do so.
the
You
blue
can donate
ones,
to
like
us
any
at
other color, don't be accountable as the gray
$1
Jones, man. I'm telling you.
$1,
And we be
$1
having the,
sign
you
at the
know,
beginning of
yeah,
it
man.
on your Cash App. Get on your Cash
See,
App.
man, hey, man, we're gonna start a support group,
Or you
fellas,
can
man. The
also
women, you
donate
know,
for
they
as
be
low
getting
as
protected. We
$1
protect
on
them. We need them to protect
navigate.com.
us
You
too,
can
man. We
also
can't be
sign
out
up for
here just, you know, getting
memberships
treated
there
like a
for
piece of meat.
$45 a month.
So,
And with those
pause.
memberships, you get exclusive perks like
They
behind
write
the scenes
themselves, guys.
episodes. So whoever is the
But yeah,
person who gets on
the
Bobby,
podcast is pretty much over at that point. We go into the outro, where we talk about, you know, how you can support us financially and all of that, and with websites and all that. But the main thing you need to know is, man, if you're already here right now, you in the right spot. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you are subscribed, keep sticking with us, man. We love hanging out with y'all and having these conversations weekly. I'm sure Pat is gonna have a field day with this episode when he drops it up and drops some of his quick hit clips. I'll definitely be dropping the full video version of this on Monday or Tuesday. I should have time to edit on Sunday, so be looking out for that. And then video clips from this episode will be dropping over the next few days as well. So be looking out for that. We go live. We're probably back to our normal day Sunday for our live. You didn't ask us, but our weekly live show. So it'll probably be Sunday at 9:30. That's the plan, but you know, life hits. So if somebody got a schedule conflict, then we'll go Saturday. But it would definitely be either Saturday or Sunday night at 9:30 p.m. We will be there. You already know. Last call. That's it, baby. We know we going live, baby. If y'all got silly shit or goofy stuff y'all want us to react to and give our takes on, or that you want to give your own take on live, please go ahead, send those in to us. We would love it. That would be amazing. So yeah, man, it's all love, man. Please continue to support. The easiest way is free. It's free, y'all. The easiest way you can support is just by liking and subscribing, man. If something we said or did resonated with you in any way, if we made you laugh, cry, if we weirded you out, if we gave you any type of emotional reaction during this conversation, please subscribe. Let's have the conversation weekly. Like the video, it helps us out in the algorithm. We are a very small and new podcast and content creation group, so we need all the help we could get against some of the bigger people. So, you know, just hit that like button on your way out, you know, wipe your feet. If you want to support financially, you can see all of that on the ticker going across the bottom. We're not really, you know, the type that like to ask for money. So you can see it if you want to do it. We love it. We appreciate it, but it's not necessary to be down with us. If you want to know all of the ways you can get in contact with us, see the merch, get an easy access to our lives, we do weekly or anything else, all Podnas related, go to thepodnas.com. That's what's right above my head right now, THEPODNAS.com. And it has everything that we do there. And as always, man, we love y'all, man. Thank y'all for joining me for this. I think I'm gonna try this again. I'm gonna probably do it with the video versions next time just to kind of, you know what I mean, give a little more to it. But this was something that I had never done. And if you liked it, you know, again, let me know in the comments, in the chat, by the like button or whatever. You know, we're just looking for new ways to engage with our Pod Squad members, our community, our family that is here with us right now. So, yeah, man, keep letting us know what y'all want to see from us, letting us know ways we can get better, and you know, as always, holding us accountable, man. As always, we will be back together to form the mighty trio again on the weekend. So please join us. The Mighty Trio will be here this weekend for the live stream. And as always, I'm 1/3 of the Podnas. It's your boy Tiz. And I'm not along with Face and Pat, but they always here right here with me in spirit, man. Peace, Rodney. Peace, Donnell. Peace, that sexy toy lady. Peace, Last Call. Who else do we have in the building today? Peace, Black Anonymous. Peace, Danny Brown. Peace, Rodney Sadler. Peace, all of my fams. Peace, Miss VS. Who else am I missing? I love to make sure I recognize the people who spend time. Peace, Greg. Peace, Larry. Peace, Identity. Just peace to everybody who took their time out to join us and join me on this little adventure here. And hopefully y'all enjoyed yourselves. And this is a new way to experience the podcast. So blessings. Love y'all. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. And I'll probably see most of y'all around these YouTube streets and somebody else's chat today. Love y'all, man. Peace.